Welcome to the TARDIS Zone. We are back to normal next week. So here's what's up and coming on the TARDIS Zone next week, guys. Friday nights, we've got the TARDIS Zone talks. Then on Saturday, we have... Back on Saturday nights for a classic Who watch-along. And then on Sunday, we are back with... Hello, everybody, and welcome to Return. Yeah, is it Return of the Jedi? Yeah, it is. Jesus, how did I not get that? Welcome, anyway. Just to give you, that was a little preview of what we have coming next week. Also, on Wednesday, because of unfortunately, we couldn't get the Mandalorian Season 1 review done. So on Wednesday, when we're back, we're going to be on my channel for 3 streams. We're going to be doing the Mandalorian Season 1 review. Then we're going to do the Mandalorian Season 2 Episode 1 review. And then later on that night on my channel, we have What's the Crack with Ninja Knight. So that's what's coming next week. We've got plenty. Also, just to say, Emily Cook, for anybody that's a Doctor Who fan. So they're going to be doing watch-alongs and tweet-alongs for the next month. And but it's going to be slightly different. There's going to be no new content. So it's just a normal tweet-along that they're doing. And apparently, she's going to put up Twitter polls, and we will get the choice. We will get to choose an episode that we would like to see Jordan the watch along. It'll be very interesting to see if she will include any new Who. What I mean is the current era of Doctor Who. It'll be very interesting to see if fans do indeed vote for Whittaker episode. I doubt it very much, to be honest with you. But yeah. That's that news. So that's something that's happening in the month of November. Also, I just want to say the SJWs attacking Sean Connery. So since his death, we've had these horrible, disgusting women come out and say stuff. Listen, Sean Connery did make a few statements about women back in the day. And if you look at them, they are quite shocking, right? But that was the type of man back in the day. Right, it's not as if he actually went around and beat women up. But these SJW Karens have been attacking a dead man since he has passed away. It's absolutely disgusting. And, of course, if... sorry about this screaming in the background. There's actually a live football match happening, so you might hear fans cheering. But the thing that annoys me about it is that while he was alive, none of these bitches, and that's what I'm gonna call them, none of these crazy bitches, right, had opened their mouth. Yeah, shut up, yous are crap anyway. None of these bitches had a problem with him when he was alive, but as soon as he dies, you know, they jump on the bandwagon. Now, me and Ninja Knight have had a very interesting evening. We actually came across one of these, and after a bit of back and forth, the persons decided to block us and stuff. But here's the thing. Look, if you're going to come out and say F Sean Connery and say things like you're glad he's dead and all of this because of comments that he made years ago. Listen, you do not define one person by stuff that they've done, right? It's even happened to me, though, in fairness. You know, I put up a video last year and some people define me because of that video and have decided to walk away, which is fine, fair enough. But you know what? You do not define someone from something that they say. You look at their whole lives as a whole, right? And he grew up in a tough time, right? So men like that, that's the way they were, right? It doesn't mean that he went and beat up every bleeding person he was married to. He just has those opinions, right? But imagine, it's just ridiculous now at this stage. I mean, leave the guy alone. He's passed away. But again, I will say, you don't define what a person by stuff that they've said. You know, you look at everything overall, and he's a legend, you know, and those things that he said, yeah, I even found them a bit of an eye-opener. But that was back in the day when men were still men, in my opinion. You know, it just because he made those comments doesn't mean that he went around and beat up his missus. That's the point I'm trying to make. He just has a point of view. Might be old-fashioned, but that's the way it was back in the day. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. All I'm just saying is it was back in the day. By the way, I do want to make a slight apology. So I was reading an article about Sean Connery, as you know, and Alex Salmond, the former Minister of Scotland. When I read the article yesterday, I had already known that he was up for sexual assault allegations, but apparently now he has been found not guilty of those charges. So I will apologise, because I did say I don't know why he's commenting on Sean Connery. He's being accused of sexually harassing women, but he's being found innocent. So I'm just going to apologize, because, you know, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I will say sorry to those people, especially Scottish people, who probably felt a little bit insulted with me going after you as our Scottish First Minister. I do apologise, but in fairness, I have to be honest with you, when I heard the evidence, I thought he was guilty. So he either has a very good lawyer, or the people that were accusing him, basically their whole argument fell apart. But yeah, I'll apologise if I get it wrong. So sorry to Alex Salmond, and you know, and all of that. I'm sending links to everybody now. So if you're due on, I'm sending you links. I'm sending the links now. So come join the panel. Take on me. So I hope you are all ready for Return of the Jedi. Luke, I am your father. Do. That was in the last one, just in case you all think I'm mad. By the way, I want to say I watched The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, and I just want to say to all you YouTubers out there that are slating it, yous are morons, right? You haven't got a clue. Yous are only hating on it because you hate Disney Star Wars, right? If yous are hating on this, it's fake outrage, in my opinion, because the writing is superb. I'm sorry, but it is. Right? And if you still have a problem with Disney Star Wars, well, then don't talk about it anymore, because I'm actually getting sick and tired of listening to people. I'm not going to review it because it's by Disney. Well, then don't open your mouth then. Say nothing. Don't ruin it for other people that are enjoying it. Okay? And by the way, I'm going to defend The Mandalorian, and I'm going to say, because of that show, I wouldn't be watching these 3 Star Wars movies. So for me, The Mandalorian was an in to the Star Wars universe, right? And do you know what? I've no problem saying that. I'm not traditionally a Star Wars fan, but The Mandalorian has made me one. So, you know, stop giving out, stop the fake outrage, because the show is good, right? And you are only, you know what? I wish I was Star Wars fans right now, right? Because in Doctor Who, we don't have that luxury of having a show made for us, right? That's not part of the main thing, right? To keep us going. If the Phantom Menace didn't come along, this show wouldn't exist anyway, right? But now some members within that are slating the bloody thing, and they haven't even watched it. I refuse to review it because it's from Disney. Disney is bad. Boo fucking who, right? The show was good, right? If you cannot separate the 3 movies from a TV bloody show, well then, you know what? I don't know what yous are doing anymore. It's fake outrage, and I'm sick of it all, right? I wish I was there. I'm telling you, Doctor Who fans will wish we were in user position, that we had a spin-off show that was successful and was telling a good story, right? I wish we were in user position. All you want to do is bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan, and I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Give it over. Give it over. Right? The show is actually good. Jon Favreau is actually giving us something that we can actually enjoy. And I'm telling you, man, the rabbi talked about the member berries, right? I have to be honest. And he said you were done right. He's spot on, man. Look, the first, it was 50 minutes long. I still would rather them go back to the 25-minute format. But I don't know, maybe that was just for the first episode. I'm not sure. But it was fantastic. It was absolutely fun. And then we have people giving out about the bleeding dragon snake thing. Oh, it's not the same as the other films. Oh, fucking the Disney star in there. Shut up. Seriously, man. Just shut up. Sicky is all. Fake outrage. That's all it is. Seriously, I'm starting to see things in this fan. It's fake outrage. You need to get over yourselves. Need to get over yourselves, right? The show is actually good, right? If it was a bad show, you know I'd come out and say it. But I'm sorry, right? Yous are moaning over nothing. Yous are moaning over nothing. Just because it has Disney's name on it, yous won't support it. And you know what? It actually annoys me. It actually annoys me. Because, look, I will say this. I don't know everything there is to know about Star Wars, right? I haven't gotten into any of the EU stuff yet or anything like that. But because of The Mandalorian, I'm willing to go back, play the games, and do everything that I need to find out what this whole universe is about, right? And that's down to The Mandalorian and Jon Favreau, and I'm going to praise him, right, for it. But I'm sick and tired of this constant nag. I'm not sure you're not watching it because you did Star Wars. I refuse to review. Well, then don't open your mouth. Say nothing, right? If you don't want to review it, say nothing, right? But don't ruin it for other people because you have a beanies or bonnet because it's Disney, right? I understand where you are coming from to a certain extent, but this is getting ridiculous now. This show is actually good. You wouldn't support the Jordan Series 1. And now you are doing the same with Series 2. Just shut up. Right, I've sent people links, emails. So, Rabbi, I don't know where you are, buddy. Lee, I've sent you an email as well. Ninja Knight is only back in the door now, so I'm sending him. I think I seen Alpha Omega. I sent you the email, Rabbi. Hold on, I'll send it again, buddy. My computer is playing up, by the way. I'm bleeding watching videos on YouTube and they keep bleeding buffering. Right, so there you go again, Rabbi. I've sent you the link. Lee, I've sent you the link as well if you're around. It's a good show. Listen. I said that season 2 has to hit the ground running. It certainly did that for me. It was a good, and I think it has set up. See, I'm not even big into the law, and I already know what they're going to try and set up, or it looks like what they're going to try set up. I mean, I just don't know anymore. I just don't know. Are people just moaning for the sake of moaning? With Doctor Who, we have legitimate reasons to give out. But Mandalorian, I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, if you're a die-hard Star Wars fan, you could point out the things that you believe are wrong with the show. That's fine. That's fine. But to totally write a show off before you have even watched one single bleeding scene, that's what annoys me. I see YouTubers out there, and big ones at that. I refuse to review it. Come on. Seriously, man. Come on. Cop on. I don't know. I'm honestly starting to believe that the fandom, some of us in the fandom, not me, but some in the fandom, are starting to turn into the people that they despise, the SJWs. You know? And it's actually ridiculous because we're supposed to be above all of that. The fact that people are just completely clobbering times. I've sent you an email as well. Alpha Omega, I'm about to send you an email as well. I'm sending it to you now, buddy. So you haven't received it yet, but you've got it now. I have asked Anna again if she'd like to join, but it is her birthday. So I want to wish that Star Wars girl a happy birthday. To be honest. I'm being honest with you. Look, if nobody has watched The Mandalorian, I would encourage you to watch The Mandalorian. Listen, it's gonna get better. I think it's just gonna get better and better. And I even thought the child was gonna be a bit of a gimmick, but it's not. There's something. I'm telling you, it's brilliant. And you know what I love as well? One of my favorite characters actually came back. Your woman with the droids that Mando wouldn't let fix the ship at first. But she was in the very first episode of season 2, and I love her. I love all. Listen, even the new character that they introduced that was wearing the Mandalorian gear. They're gonna set him up for something anyway. I know that for a fact. But he's brilliant. He's a brilliant actor. He was in Die Hard 4, the one about the computers, and he was good in that. So he's a good actor. But listen, I'm going to be doing a review of The Mandalorian anyway. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Right, guys, where's everybody? Because I've only got Rabbi in the chat. I've sent links to everybody else. So where's Lee and all? Hold on. Right, hold on. Just in case he's still asleep, because he's a late nighter like me. Yo, Lee, I've sent you an email, mate. You wake, wakey. Right, we've got 2 guests ready and waiting. As I said, I better text Clobbering Times, actually, because sometimes you have to text them to let them know. But there's Rabbi, looking all rabbi-ish. Have you got your coffee, mate? Yeah, of course. Same with me. Good man. I'll add you now. Just give us a second. I just want to get Clobbering Times on if he's coming on. It's not set in stone, but I did invite him yesterday, and he said he couldn't make yesterday, so he might be able to make today. Right, link. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll just start adding them, and hopefully Lee and the rest will pop in. Ninja Knight is only have to get back in the door, so we'll give him a few minutes, but I'm sure by the time we finish talking, he'll be here. So let's bring him on, because he's come a long way, and I don't want to keep him waiting any longer. And he's a good friend of mine, a good friend of everybody, and he's knocking out the videos left, right, and center, and he's giving it to the old J bots as well. I'm loving it. Do you know what? I'm actually loving it. I should never have stopped myself, because Rabbi has finally gotten under their skin, and he's making them run. And maybe we should have continued to do that as well, highlight their behavior, do videos like Rabbi. But I stopped because, people were begging me to stop. But Rabbi has completely, got them running. And they're just, listen, all I'll just say is that Rabbi is living in their heads 24/7, and it's funny to see. I'm loving it. But let's bring him on because his latest videos are brilliant as well. But I want to hear, without giving spoilers away, I want to hear what he thinks of The Mandalorian so far.
Hello. Well, firstly, who can't like The Mandalorian? It's freaking awesome.
Well, I'm being honest, right? I'm not going to mention names. There's YouTubers out there that are big that we know, right? And I have to be honest, it's starting to get under my skin. Look, if you don't want to review it,
each their own, I guess.
And say, well, I'm not going to watch it because it's based off this cartoon by Disney, and they're not doing it.
Okay, it's good. Leave me alone. Like, it's good Star Wars thing. It's good. Let's stop.
Exactly. And listen, only for that show, Rabbi, I wouldn't be watching the movies.
Right. It's the only good thing this side of 2016. Will you piss off?
I know. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Just let us enjoy it. And listen, as I said,
it's a manly hero being manly.
Exactly.
Okay. He's a white guy. It's okay. They're fighting a thing. Cool.
I know. But here's the thing. I mean, I wish, as a Doctor Who fan like you, we wish we had a spin-off.
Oh God, yes. Although I got a bit of a scoop coming. Incredible story that happened today. Big Finisher put out this box set called Callan. They just put out the second. Freaking awesome. Absolutely loved it. So Nick Briggs is in it, and he's playing like the head of the division sections, like the civil servant guy, which is always the character on Callan called like Hunter. But in the second box set, he just does this really good job, like putting this like real humanity into a very stiff role, and I really liked it. He did a really great job. So I shot him off an email. I said, "Hey, I just want to say, listen to Callan. Absolutely freaking awesome. Knocked it out of the park. Loved what you what you did with it. Let me know if there's anything I can do to promote it for you, because it's great." And it's the sort of thing I imagine is struggling, right? So then he wrote me back, and it's like, Then I said, "P.S. I'm really psyched for the War Doctor, because he got a lot of crap over that, and I think it's a good idea." Then I said, "P.P.S. I'm really psyched for you. Your show, Human Frontier Series 2, because I like the first one, and I feel I should kiss his ass a little bit." He says, back. Okay, and also it's true, it was good. I like, and then I wrote, "P.P.S. I'm a bit nervous about Return of the Cybermen." Okay, with Liz Sladen's daughters playing Sarah Jane. So after being so gushing, I should like pull it back a little bit. I should have some dignity at the end, but no.
No, listen. I even sent a message to Jon Favreau. Listen, I'm going to say this, Rabbi. If you feel that strongly about something, and you think that a creator has done something good or done something that in your life, I think they deserve the praise.
Yeah. And you know what? Even in everything in life, right? In everything in life, always show appreciation, because people are always quick to show like how they feel about it.
Exactly. Look, I felt so compelled after seeing all the moaning. I felt so compelled that I had to write to Jon Favreau on Twitter. And I thanked him. I said, "I thank you for making me fall in love with Star Wars." Right?
And it's so purely Star Wars. It's so purely Star. Anyway, the upshot of it is Nick Briggs is probably coming on my channel again. We're going to have another big interview. And he sent me, and he said, "I can't share it with anyone. So this is top secret," right? Wow. He's so into Return of the Cybermen, which is the unmade story.
Right.
With Tom Baker. So he's so excited about it. He sent me a clip of it saying it's his favorite thing. And he's like, I can't share it.
Why did you even mention it for?
Because I want to show you what a good guy is, okay? I'm like, he's such a genuine fanboy, right? He can't resist. Like, he's so excited by it.
Yeah. I think to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Big Finish lately, but if you pull this out of the bag,
exactly, and it was unsolicited as well. It was just like I wasn't even angling for anything. I just want to tell him he did a great job. Easily. By the way, if you're thinking about getting this box set, I recommend it so highly. Callan is so freaking good. Frank Skinner in it, and
I love Frank Skinner.
Yeah. You know what I would love to do? I love to see him do like a few Capaldi box sets with Frank Skinner as the companion. That would be cool.
By the way, have you heard from Lee today? Because I'm actually a bit worried now.
Yeah, no, he was on. Was it with me earlier? Actually, I sent it to him via Twitter. So
Is he? I wouldn't be surprised if he's on someone else's stream.
Well, I was on him with him earlier today, so he's out there somewhere.
Right, we'll give him a few more minutes. Right, let's bring on our next guest because they're waiting in the wings. It's the one and only, and it's a pleasure to have him here, Alpha Omega. And remember, guys, I have sent you other guys in the chat, the some of you in the chat, sent you our email. So if you want to check his our email so you can join. But Alpha Omega, welcome.
Yeah. Sorry, I was channeling Warwick Davis there a little bit.
By the way, Extras is like the greatest show ever.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Not Extras, I mean, was it Life's Too Short?
I have to be honest, though, my favourite of his is Derek because it's highly emotional. Derek and Afterlife.
Afterlife is good, man. I love Afterlife.
Derek, I'd advise you now to have the old Kleenex man-size. They don't call them man-size tissues anymore. Sorry, we're not allowed to use man-size. But they still have them in Ireland, so I'll say man-size. But if you haven't watched Derek, you should watch it. He plays a guy. I think he's on the spectrum. I think he is, and he helps out in this nursing home, and he loses a dog. He loses every time an old person dies. It really affects him. And he's just so innocent. He's like, looking at Ricky Gervais' character is like, he's like everybody. He's like, we all want to be that inner child. And he still is that child. And it's just fantastic. I mean, man, he goes through some horrible stuff. But I have to be honest, I cry like a baby watching that show. So one show of his, that and Afterlife, I really thought at the end of season 2 of Afterlife, I won't give it away, but I thought he was going to do something in that, and it just, I was blubbering like an idiot because, he does. Ricky Gervais, right? I'll say one thing about him. If he didn't just write comedy, right? If he actually decided to write a Doctor Who episode, he'd be able to,
wouldn't it? I would love to see
he's a Russell T of the comedy circuit because this guy understands characters. He understands emotion. He understands the day-to-day of everybody's lives. He's just a genius. I love him. I've not got a bad thing to say about Ricky. And on top of that as well, he's an animal lover. And I love that about him. I'm starting to get worried about the rest of our guests.
I don't. Listen, I sent it to Ninja Knight, and I sent it to Lee. Who else would you like me to send it to?
I've invited a few other people. I think that was it anyway. But I was going to see if I could get Anna on, but it's her birthday, so just want to wish you a happy birthday, Anna.
What does Anna think of Mandalorian?
I don't know. I don't think she has done a review yet, but I think.
Oh, really? Is she like not doing it because it's Disney?
I don't know. See, this is what I don't know if she's doing it yet, but she did mention it in our Star Wars video Star Trek video that she was doing that it was out, but she hasn't done a review of it yet, so I don't know if she's going to review it.
Well, that's weird.
I can understand some Star Wars fans having, being a bit.
That's pretty weird. Well, what about Nerd Roddick? Is he not doing it? I haven't checked, so
Gary reviewed it as far as I know. I haven't watched his review yet. Obviously,
it's fantastic. It's like, you know what? And they could have lengthened that to a 2-hour movie, and it would have been brilliant. And they could have most of those episodes.
It was a good solid start. I said
it really was. And by the way, the guy at the end was played by this guy who always did play that person in the armor who we should have mentioned.
Yeah, he's gonna.
No, that bald guy at the end. That was the actor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you could see they might be setting it up for you know what, but we won't say that.
100%.
But it looks like it. Well, how would you feel about that, though? In fairness,
I'm open-minded. If you brought me this far and pretty much everything's been good, I'm open-minded to whatever you're gonna do.
A space western, Star Wars, a space western. It's brilliant, man. Look, I just don't get the negative.
Again, that first year when I watched the whole thing like clenched because I thought it was going to go woke any moment, right? And it never did. So now it's much more relaxed. And the second time I watched it, it was much better.
Yeah, Doomcock reviewing it. It'd be interesting to see how he actually feels about it. Did anybody watch Doomcock's review? And
I'd like to hear it. Yeah, I'll be interested.
If anybody could tell me,
I would have seen it if he had.
Because I believe that the Fandom Menace actually do fully get behind this, right? And I think they should.
I think they should.
I'll tell you why, though. It's quite simple, though, Rabbi, right? This is why. Jon Favreau is trying to give us something, right? And it's far removed from the movies, right? So I would say to the Fandom Menace, look, you need to support this show because then you're showing Disney that this is,
exactly.
Yeah. So I just don't get it.
It's not just far removed from the movies. It's the polar opposite
of the show. I don't get it. You will support Gina, but you won't support the show that she's in. Listen, the Fandom Menace made this happen, and now you are kind of like, well, it's still Disney, so I don't want to do it. I'm sorry, man. Come on. Give it a chance. What I'm asking is to give it a chance. These are the die-hard Star Wars.
Everybody wants on their channels what they want to do, okay?
Yeah. It's annoying me at this stage, man.
I hear it, Fisher, but it's none of my business. Really, whatever they want to do. I disagree. I think they're missing out.
I believe they are. I think they should support it because, at the end of the day...
I agree with you.
At the end of the day, this will force Disney, right? Well, this is what the fans actually like. So let's go back to the way Star Wars was. And I think the fans could really, you do have the power.
Listen, I think it's one of those things that everybody is just going to get behind eventually.
So this is
what
Tucker said about, according to Chris Persia, mod. He said, what Favreau was trying to do with the Mandalorian falls under Doomcock's other quote. With respect, we accept. Yay! Well done. Well done, Doomcock. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. So he's supporting it. Brilliant. Right. That's what we want to see. More like Doomcock now. Come on.
Listen, the member bearers in it were freaking perfect.
Yeah.
The girls fighting at the beginning. I loved it.
I know, and they weren't cheap. They weren't cheap. They were done with respect. Right. They were done with respect. Even Cheryl's eyes were lighting up. Listen, we watched it last night. I was blown away.
No, your guys are here.
Oh, there you go.
Right, here. Oh, we do have the rest of the guests here. So let me introduce him. Right. He's a bit of a ninja. Right. He's related to Bruce Lee, I'm told. I'm only messing. He's not related to Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee got his head kicked in years ago. The Bruce Lee is not this big fighter that everybody thinks. He got his head kicked in a few times. But this fella is a real ninja. And he appears and disappears on people's streams. But he's having a stream tonight. It's the one and only Ninja Knight. Woohoo!
All right, folks.
I tell you, we had fun on Twitter today, didn't we, with all those SJWs?
Well,
I've been having fun on Twitter.
It's more proof again. Listen, Rabbi. What happened today was what happens is if you stand firm, you plant yourself in the ground, an old famous Captain America quote, and you stand against these fuckers, they will wilt and they will go away. And proof of it was happening today. People wanted to get at me for saying that Batgirl joining Antifa was wrong and DC Comics are going to further their business into the toilet. And these people decided to have a go. But unfortunately for these individuals, they're not too intelligent. And then they decided to insult Sean Connery, of all people. So I'm not going to have that.
Someone called them the CUNT word, right? And I just wrote up. But I said, mate, but you're a spastic. So,
I mean, honestly, once you call Sean Connery this is the C word, all bets are off. You can do anything.
Listen, what he said back then was a bit eye-opening, and his beliefs on women were old-fashioned. But if you're going to define a bloke because of one feckin' interview that he did, or even if he followed up with other interviews, so bloody what? You don't.
I like to see them call that to his face.
Exactly.
And they won't. See, when they get called on it. When they get called on it, though, that's what happens then. They wilt and they run away. And I mean, these people feel very safe. I mean, isn't it Mike Tyson that has that famous quote that says, people feel really brave being able to sit behind the screen without being punched in the face? And,
right, so true.
But, like, I mean, that's the thing. And I think when you look at Sean Connery's interview, I mean, it's interesting to note that was when he was 57. So it was quite a number of years ago. But, like, the times were just different then, and people don't realize that. And I mean, what he said when you look at the quote was, you know, if things have exasperated themselves and the situation has gone out of hand, well, then a slap must be dealt. And he's like, and she said, would you do that to a man? And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
I saw it as a kid.
That's what he said. You're right.
That's crazy. Right? I saw that when I was a kid. I went, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan from the Space Book is here. Dan, do you want to come on for this one, mate? Because we had you on Wednesday. Do you want to come on for Return of the Jedi? Let us know. Right, this is becoming a problem. So much of a problem that he's even late now. So, like, we're going to see what the problem is with Problem B.
Hello.
So, what time do you call this?
I was busy working. Something special. Special. Listen, one word about these people, right? These people who go after dead people because, you know.
I know.
Silence is violence. I mean, you can't get any more silent than dead, can you? But hey, there we are. But
that's what I mean. They only go after him because they didn't go after him when he was alive. They wait until the man is cold in the
grave. You know what? That's why they're like exactly like piranhas feeding on the corpse of the dead, because that's how they are. That's how they get their little strength, because they all coalesce, congregate, and you know, like they just turn this thing into a massive piranha frenzy.
Yeah,
they congeal around the blood and then suck on it.
Just to hit pause on. Just to
take them on their own. Take them on their own.
All I know is
that
weirdo from earlier on has now followed me. And
take them on their own and see how much they can get away with. There are pansies on their own, but they only operate in the way that they do because it's through the membership of their little Yahtzee gathering. That's how they operate. They can't survive on their own. They have to coalesce as a shoal of piranha frenzied fish.
Okay, all I want to say is this: I want to see the movie Piranha Frenzy. I want to see that movie.
You don't need to. Just go on Twitter.
There is a piranha movie.
Listen, I've been having a good time on Twitter. I've been having a great time on Twitter recently.
At the end of the day, as I said, if you're going to define someone from a couple of interviews that they done, well, then we should go back throughout history then, because there's a shit ton of worse things that other people have done, and you don't see these morons call them out. And it's always dead, man. Remember when Pertwee, they tried to cancel Pertwee last year? They're doing the same with Connery. It's not going to happen anyway, right? Because people can see through this. People could see that at the time when he made the comments as well. And as Ninja Knight has rightly pointed out, he said the same thing about men, that he'd give a man a slap as well. Just as well as saying that if the situation escalated, well, maybe a slap.
May I ask a question here?
Yes,
just out of interest, because we know how morally superior they are in every way.
Right.
Have they made any comments at all about the beheadings in Paris?
No. And you won't hear that either.
No, that's interesting. That's interesting because apparently giving a hysterical woman a slap back in 1960 or 70, whatever it was, it seems to be more important to them than people being beheaded on the streets of Paris. I don't know.
It's the shift in
it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Someone in a church praying, whatever, and then someone goes in and chops their fucking head off, and these people want to talk about some.
And they absolutely silent on that.
And they were sexist comments, let's be honest. But at the end of the day, it was the time that he was in, the era that he
Man's
was
dead.
right, and he's dead now.
What more do you want?
Alone. Leave him alone.
Interestingly enough, one of those creeps that was trying to go back and forth with me then blocked me and has now followed me and then unfollowed me. These people are not mentally stable. Let's be clear about that.
Mo, that's what they do. They target you. They come after you. They get the last word in, then they block you. Then they unblock you. Then they come back with another stab and then block you again. This is what they keep doing. Because they can't stand by their own arguments. That they can't handle it, they block you.
I just screenshotted and put up my Twitter now with a lot of laughing faces.
Let's see. I see it here. Oh, she blocked you. She blocked you. Yeah, that's the one that called down. Yeah.
But come here, I heard what you were saying about the Mandalorian there, Noel, and now that you've seen it by now, but I have to say, and I'm going back on what you were saying there earlier on about some big YouTubers being not happy about it. I think Ethan Van Sciver was very good on Friday Night Heights when he was talking to Ryan about, like, Ryan was like, oh well, they're fucking with the EU. I can completely understand Ryan's point 100%, but also when you're given such a good good content from Favreau and Star Wars, particularly after the mess that they've created, I don't think you can really turn it down. And I have to say, like I've said to you, like, I've done a very positive review on my channel, and I have to say, like, when I was rethinking about the episode and things that happened in it towards the end of the review that I did, I start getting a little bit emotional, because when you like believe that Star Wars is practically dead as it has been over the last couple of years, and these people are picking at the carcass, and then you see something like what Favreau has done. I mean, it's nearly miraculous in a way, because he's just provided so much good things to Star Wars and to fans, and there is that bit of hope. Do you know what I mean? For me, there's hope. You know,
I agree with you. I agree. I just wish. Look, all I'm just trying to say is those YouTubers that refuse to review it, fine. Refuse to review it, but don't be coming out slating it if you haven't watched it.
Okay, you know what? I just had a flash of inspiration. I'm going to make a prediction. Luke Skywalker is going to turn up in the season.
He is. Oh,
that's the rumor.
I said that to you yesterday. Yeah, I said that to you yesterday.
He is going to show up because
you said it.
Yeah, it was me. I said it yesterday, because what's happened is, the rumor at the moment is that Mark Hamill signed off his likeness, and that apparently there was a guy around the set as well too. Now I do know that Ewan McGregor was around the set as well too for his wardrobe fitting, but because he said that now publicly, he has said that publicly. But with Luke Skywalker, apparently Hamill has signed off his likeness, and apparently there was somebody around the set that was wielding.
This show is so freaking good. Could you imagine if they have a Jedi in it as well? I'm like, oh my god!
I'm personally in the camp of, I would, the child is enough for me in terms of Jedi stuff. I would rather them stay away from Jedi as much as possible, because I think that I personally wanted this story to be just a Western and kind of set on its own and not really tie itself in. Like, I'll be honest with you, it very much so worries me that Ahsoka Tano is going to turn up in this season.
I'm looking forward to that. As a really big Star Wars person, it's like, I saw the Clone Wars, I liked them. I'm like, but I'm not like really on board with everything. So like, I'm a peripheral Star Wars guy, and I'm really turned by her being on it.
Well, it worries me. She worries me because she breaks canon so badly. It worries me. But the only thing is, though, before now, Favreau, I should say Filoni, hasn't had somebody to hold him on a leash and kind of check him what he's doing. Whereas I think Favreau will. I think Favreau go, hang on here, we're going to be much more concerned with the canon. I will say little sneaky things can get in. I mean, look at the child's been able to heal Grief Karga in the 4th season. Do you know what I mean? Like, things like that weren't really established. Now, you could put that down to the freak nature of the child being ultimately powerful, but they did put that scene in there to make sure that it looked okay for Rise of Skywalker when Rey and Ben Solo did it.
Yoda is the timeless child. That's the
timeless child.
that's the rumor.
I think they'll ultimately do time travel to rectify that last 3 movies. I think what they're going to wait for Kathleen Kennedy to disembark.
Yeah,
and I think that they will alter it now. I think that they will look at the people.
But do you think that character that you're worried about, that Favreau will find a way to because he's such a good writer, he will find a way to rectify your worries that you break canon, and he might be able to fix it.
I hope so, because I hope so, but here's the thing, like I'm thinking of guys like Rabbi there as well too, right? That is, like, he's just said that he's on the periphery and stuff like that. You have a lot to do with that character and explain who she is, why she's important, and how she doesn't break canon within an hour. That's incredibly difficult, unless they do it over a number of episodes.
I think you could do it in 2 lines.
Do you think so?
Yeah, so like I used to be Vader's Padawan. Haven't heard of about me. Yeah, or say like I had to cut him off, or just like a line or 2. You could be done.
But how do you explain her emergence now without having contact with Yoda and Obi-Wan and Luke? It's inexplicable to me.
It depends how she's written into the plot. I mean, there's lots of ways she could be. If she's written in as a person to connect to find out something about the Force, that could work. She became like this Force healer or whatever, a Force witch or something. Yeah, like not quite a Jedi, but a Force sensitive, some kind of non-Jedi Force sensitive. That somehow
I can understand that, but you see here, like with the canon and the way it's been messed around with in the last couple of years. I mean, they canonized Rex at the end of this movie. There's a guy with a white beard that's with the Rebel troopers, and they sort of canonized him as Captain Rex. So then, if he has still, if he still has contact.
Skywalker?
No. In Return of the Jedi, at the end, you see a trooper, like a rebel trooper that has a white beard, and I think somebody canonized him as Captain Rex. But like, if you have that there, then
you gotta point him out.
Yeah, I'll point him out towards the end. But he the thing is that if you have him still in contact with Ahsoka, and that is allegedly Rex, then you have a bigger problem then, because then she knows exactly what's going on, and then how do you explain for her to be absent then throughout the whole trilogy?
If. Okay, listen. In Jewish law, there's a thing called Svek, right? Svek is double jeopardy. It says,
okay,
if you if this thing is over here, then you do it this way. But and then there's these 2 of these here, if-then scenarios, one on top of another, that breaks the whole thing, which is where you are right now. So if that's Rex, then who cares? Like, maybe it's just Rex's clone who like got some of his memories. I mean, like, there's so many things it could be.
And there is so much.
Hi, my name's Rex, and I got to go and fight this battle so I can go and have dinner with Ahsoka later. You know, if they have that on screen, it's a problem. But like,
there is a lot to be done. You know,
like, maybe in the background, I can live with it.
I understand what you mean, but it kind of undermines the whole relationship of Kenobi and Yoda in the original trilogy. With the way, like, even
maybe that's not Rex.
No. But what I'm saying about the Ahsoka thing is that if they're all in contact, and Kenobi knows she's alive as well too, don't forget, because I mean he is aware of this, and that's made fairly clear then in that last season of the Clone Wars, which I think absolutely was horrific personally. But he's aware of that then, so it undermines Kenobi and Yoda, and it makes them look even worse then, that they're not like, well, hang on, there's actually someone else there that could actually fight with you. And I mean, this is an emergence of the time.
No. But I think they were like, she ran, she got out in time, thank God, let her just run.
It's my sugar.
I know.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, like, she got out in time, she ran, she's out, she didn't finish her training. You know, there's no.
Yeah, but in that last season, she was able to stand and fight against Darth Maul. So it's inconsistent. You know what I mean? So how can she fight and stand with Darth Maul and fight against Vader and hold her own, and then just disappear?
I don't know when she did that. She fought against Darth Maul or fought with Darth Maul?
Fought against Darth Maul. Did you see season 7 of the Clone Wars?
Yeah, I did. I remember liking bits of it. I like the last bit, the last 4 episodes.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, if she's able to stand.
So she's like a half-trained Jedi, and he's like a half-trained.
No. He's a fully trained. He's a fully trained Darth, and he's a fully trained.
Okay, maybe when he got cut in half, he lost some of his mojo.
I know what you're saying. And I think a lot of people.
There's just ways you can think yourself around it.
I know, but like, if that's like saying he got cut in half, he lost his mojo. Anakin lost 4 limbs, and still was an ultimately powerful Darth Vader. So I don't think he can play the game of he was cut in half. Do you know what I mean?
No,
if you're looking at it logically,
Anakin was like a gazillion times more powerful than Maul, which I get the feeling he was. I get the feeling Darth Maul was skilled, but not that powerful, not that like intrinsically powerful.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of the three apprentices that Sidious has in the original trilogy, not the original trilogy, sorry, the prequel trilogy, mirror Darth Vader, because you have the anger and pure rage of Darth Maul that's, very egotistical. In the second one, you have Count Dooku, who was very wise and cunning, that Vader essentially becomes then himself. And then in the third one, then you have the half-man, half-machine in General Grievous, so it weaves nicely together. But like I'm saying to you is that I think... So sometimes I know what you're saying. It's like playing MMA, Matt, and with the UFC, certain fighters can beat others, and it doesn't always work that way. But I think when you look at it on the whole, I don't like what they did with Maul in that season 7 of Clone Wars. I actually think it would have been better written. I think it would have been better written, and I think the betrayal would have been much better if they had say Maul has her at death's door. He has his lightsaber ready to strike, and the clones come in and save her. Because I think that turns that Order 66 betrayal much more.
With Maul being alive at all my belief is suspended. I mean, he was cut in half. It just. I like seeing him. He was the only good bit about Solo, right? I'd like seeing him. But still, it's silly.
Can we just start the movie and we can continue?
Right, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, the movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, so by the time we start it, and
you're absolutely right.
The chat, because this is actually good. I want to listen because Ninja Knight and yourself bring up some great points. Because I don't know everything about the EU, so this is good. I'm liking this.
What copy do you have? I have 2 hours, 14 minutes.
I've got the
2 seconds.
Rabbi sent me the version. Rabbi,
tell you what, Alpha Omega, do you want me to send you a link to the one? This is the latest one, whatever it is.
Did you send me a link, Rabbi? Did you?
I did in Twitter.
Gent, thank you.
I think I did. Now, do you have it?
I have it. I bought it off of Google today. So.
Oh man, you could have just taken it from me. I'm sorry.
I know I have a link from yesterday, Rabbi. I don't have one from today.
Our one is 2 hours and 14 minutes and 47 seconds. Because remember,
that's the same as mine.
All right, well then that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, 1 second. So sorry, Ninja. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Take your time.
Right, guys, get yous our DVDs or Blu-rays ready. Stick them in the old player there and get it ready. And we'll do the countdown as soon as the panel is ready. I see some people defending Return of the Jedi.
Thanks, Rabbi. I just got it there.
Because some fans do believe this is the weakest one. I don't like the Ewoks in this, actually.
This one was certainly with merchandising on the eye and the prize. Yeah, Ewok is never mentioned in this movie, but that's how much they're merchandised.
It has a couple of scenes, I think Rabbi would agree with.
It's not as bad as Caravan of Courage, which I saw at the cinema. And I saw this at the cinema as well.
We get Jabba the Hutt in this one as well, don't we? Yeah, I don't like Jabba either.
Oh, Jabba the Cook is one of my favourite people in Comics Gate. I love him.
Right, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Rock and roll, baby.
Yep,
okay, who wants to do the countdown today? Who would like to do it?
I'm going to do it one day in Irish. I promise you that now. I'm going to give these guys a lesson.
You can actually do it now. You can do it in Irish. Count 5 backwards in Irish. I know it myself.
Okay.
So, knock yourself out and hold on. So it's Cuig,
Cara, Tree, Do, a Hain.
And a Hain. Right, so we go on Hain. Right, guys? Yep. Right. Go ahead.
Cuig, Cara, Tree, Do, a Hain.
There we go. We're off.
We're off.
We are off. Timothy. So myself and Ninja Knight are Irish. We've got 2 weeks on the panel, and we've got an American.
Tell us when you see Rex on the screen there, because I want to see him.
Yeah, I'll point you out.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Go ahead. Lee, you reading this? Yeah.
I will now.
Episode
You want to
6.
read it or I'll read it? It's up to you. Right, go on.
Return of the Jedi.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
I'll start.
I'll do
Luke
that.
Skywalker has returned to his home planet of the Tatooine in an attempt to rescue his friend Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. Little does us know that what the Galactic Empire, what is that in caps? The Galactic Empire
has secretly begun construction on a new armored space station, even
powerful than the first rated Death Star.
Ha ha!
When completed, this ultimate weapon will spell the certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore freedom to the galaxy. ... What a I can't remember how the song was actually. Wow. Been a long time since I watched the opening. Oh, so yeah, now I remember.
Right.
This technical issue.
I'm correct in saying. You know what I find about this one? I find this one the most boring one.
Again, it's two movies. This first one isn't that great.
But in saying that, no, this is a newer version of it.
Great timestamp.
Your timestamp is 2 minutes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. What happened to me? Did it pause or something?
No, I clicked on the wrong thing. So Empire Strikes Back. Oh dear.
Do you want us to pause it?
Don't know how that happened. No,
we're on 2 minutes and 33 seconds now. 34, 35, 36, 37. 2 minutes 40 now.
Cool.
Right. I love the Death Star helmets. And I love the half-made Death Star. That's just cool. Okay, that idea is just cool.
Did you see the cardboard version yet, Rabbi?
Movie. I love the use of this Imperial theme.
Rabbi,
really good.
Did you see the cardboard Death Star?
I did. I liked it a lot, actually.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Bum, 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 bum,
oh, there you go. Don't forget, folks, everybody in the chat, if you could like, share, subscribe. If you don't like, obviously hit that dislike button as well, if you want. By the way, just to let you know, so remember we did the last 2 Star Wars streams that we done.
Yeah.
Yeah, still limited by actually no, one was not suitable for ads. And yesterday's one is still limited and still waiting to be approved.
I wonder why it's not suitable for ads.
I don't know.
Maybe there's some bleed in it. I don't know.
They don't give a crap, man. They don't give a crap. Apparently, they're taking people's subs as well. They're taking people's money.
Yeah, mine's been going bit and bonkers, like up and down. Yeah, that guy looks scared.
Yeah.
He's in Game of Thrones as well, isn't he?
I was trying to remember where I've seen him before.
Isn't he Grandmaster Pycelle, isn't he?
No, that's not him.
Isn't it?
No, somebody different. That's Julian Glover. This isn't Julian Glover.
No.
He looks very similar to me.
Yeah.
I'm a Philistine. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, man. Watch the first couple of seasons. After that, then it goes hard down the tank.
You got to season 4. You could until season 4. Mm-hmm. And even season 5 had a real pinch.
Yeah, well, I think once they start going off the books, it just started to get a bit messy.
Yeah, well, you didn't realize until it got too late.
Yeah.
In fact, even at the end of season 6, when they're going over the sea and the dragon, they're flying the dragons, you're really into it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone has asked, Timothy, we can't actually show the movie on YouTube because we'd be copyright strikes. So what we basically do is we get everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel to put their copy on and we watch along, and then people can chat in the chat and talk about the movie.
You know, that is a functionality YouTube really needs to work out.
Yeah.
That we can put a little in-screen picture with no sound.
It'd be deadly if we could do that. Yeah, because we tried that. Remember, and it wouldn't let us. Yeah.
They should have a video library. We could just pick up. We could do a watch along together.
So, Timothy, if you want to put on, if you have a copy of it yourself, if you want to put it on, then we'll tell you the timestamp.
I will tell you, you have to catch up.
We're 6 minutes and 12 seconds in anyway. So, see, YouTube is, Rabbi is right. Unfortunately, you know, that's the one thing you can't do is actually stream on YouTube and actually show the movie, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Because
you're advertising the movie. What's the small, you know, a stamp size in the no one's going to be watching it from that.
Well, YouTubers do TV reviews all the time.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. There's certain things that you can review on YouTube because I've seen streamers do it. I mean, there's some American fella that I follow, and he does Father Ted. Now, the way he edits it, now he doesn't show the whole episode, but he edits it in a way that he can show almost the whole episode. So yeah,
see, on my channel, it's just me talking. Never want to get zapped. It's always just me talking.
Also, they made their money on that movie a long time ago. Exactly, but you know, we could introduce these movies to newer fans. You know,
exactly, and then they'll buy the merchandise. They'll buy the movie. This was a Biffle Tuna. He's very Miami Vice, isn't he? You imagine he's like being shaken down by Crockett and Tubbs.
There's a nice callback to this guy as well too in the latest episode of Mandalorian. Did you catch that as well?
No, I missed it. What was the callback?
Well, there was a guy that was the same race as Biff
Fortuna. I noticed the Gamorrean guards.
Oh, the Gamorrean guards, yeah, that was excellent.
Well, they were a lot thinner than this lot.
There's a couple of Father Ted references in the chat. Go on.
Oh, it's that member of the Not My Doctor group. That woman. Oh no, it's Jabba the Hutt.
Oh.
This is actually what's her name? Renfamous. Or Gail Simone. Gail Simone's also interchangeable here.
Oh, don't be talking to me about that Gail Simone.
My pronouns are.
She begging for work a couple of months back as well. She was.
Was she?
Yeah, she put up a tweet. She was praising some fella, saying how she'd love to work with him and all of this. And
they're all doing it at the minute.
Yeah. And
all
then
the SJWs
were like, "Yeah, Doc, we'd advise you not to hire her and all." And he was saying, "Leave it out and all this." Go, no, Doc. And then he said, "Send me a message or something." So people are worried that she's probably gonna get a job. Yeah,
look, they had to hire them.
Jabba doing a big bong.
It is a big bong, isn't it?
The ugly-looking fecker.
I have to tell you, the green Twilight Dancer girl, by far, the best-looking woman in Star Wars to date.
I don't know though. That you know, that whole Attack of the Clones, Padme Amidala.
Yeah, but that was up to date. I mean, yeah. I know I did find Natalie Portman so annoying now. I can't be turned on by her.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Attack of the Clones, not bad. Also, I'm still a bit disturbed because that movie Leon, the professional, which I'm convinced it was a paedophile movie, and she slipped Jean Reno in between scenes.
Really?
Well, not in real life. The character.
There's no subtitles on this.
No, there's no subtitles. I don't think for Jabba.
That's the thing. If I could get any life-size prop, it would be that. right? The Han Solo and Carbonite.
Oh yeah. I think they do refrigerators that are Han Solo Carbonite. Have you ever seen them, Robo?
Oh, the fridge magnets.
No, a whole fridge. No, a whole
fridges.
fridge.
Yeah, I've seen some fella that has one actually. It's bleeding deadly looking.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I say he paid a fair few quid for that, your man that got that.
I think they're like $4 or $5 grand.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
I've paid that for a fridge. Oh, that Brandon, the poor robots. Oh.
Could you imagine? No, could you imagine a TARDIS box fridge? That'd be sweet as well too.
Oh, I'd love one. I'd buy one now. I'd go broke for one of them. It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
15 languages. No, 6 billion. Oh, Jesus. Look at you. You annoying little twat. I do not like Goldie balls.
No.
That's it. Torture him. Torture him. Go on.
Oh, I think he would enjoy it though.
Yeah.
I mean, like he does like it looks like he likes a restraining bolt, right? A good restraining bolt.
That on the left-hand side there, that white robot there was actually the original design from what's his name? Is Alec McQuarrie, Ralph McQuarrie.
Oh yeah,
C-3PO.
Yeah, it's very cool.
There's lots of McQuarrie stuff that gets reused down the line, like the name Star Killer.
Right,
was,
exactly.
the original name for Skywalker. Yeah.
Well, they released a set of action figures based on his the original designs. Is this the new stuff or is this the old stuff?
Yeah, this is new. This is a CGI creature coming up now.
Yeah, some of these aliens are a bit.
I had the entire band toys.
Lucky neck.
Yeah, this is kind of cringy. Ooh.
No.
This is pretty bad.
Yeah, this is awful, man.
Oh man.
Oh, no way. Get away.
It's a female Greedo.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is better than it was, but it's probably bad. Oh God, no, that's terrible.
That is awful. That is awful, man.
Yeah, like
Uh-oh, he's hungry.
no, he's horny.
Yeah.
What's interesting to note about the Hutts as well too, they're actually asexual. They're actually not any gender.
Oh.
Yeah, but he wanted to shag her.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Uh-oh.
The Rancor. Nom 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 nom.
Bit of froggy. Yeah. No.
Oh, that is just awful.
But now we get the see. This is why this movie is two movies, and the first one isn't very good.
Yeah, it gets better in the second half, doesn't
It does, doesn't it? It really does. Oh, in comes Princess Leia and a sex slave.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, the good thing about the mask is I didn't realize how much coke she was doing it when she was wearing it.
And I had the figure of Princess Leia in this outfit with the removable helmet.
Oh, right, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I like the other
Jabba.
better.
I have to tell you, I'm one of the few people who never found the gold bikini Princess Leia that hot.
Ah, Rabbi.
No.
Really didn't.
You can't say that. You can't say that, Rabbi.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but it's like not like.
What, our costume?
Rabbi.
Really a sexy costume, to be honest with you.
I would rather go with the green chick, the Twilight. She looked way hotter to me.
Oh, look at this fella.
Well, maybe the redhead. That she looked kind of cool.
She was, yeah.
Okay, so I want you to notice that Jabba's speaking to C-3PO. C-3PO is speaking English, right? He speaks English to Jabba and English to Princess Leia. Why can't they just speak English to each other?
Curious.
Hindsight.
My subtitles went. There you go. Time for some Wookiee carpet.
Wookiee carpet.
Well, fair looking cool.
So cool. Lando.
And so, like, basically everybody's there now. I mean, it would have worked better if they like had more of a coordinated plan. Like if Luke Skywalker showed up and suddenly they all started working together. Well, Luke Skywalker shows up and they're all like, "What's he doing here?" Like, they've all got their own plan.
Well, this is the thing. This is why the introduction of Ahsoka now is going to be such a problem, I think. It's an absolute headache.
Yeah, okay. I mean, listen, again, I'm not. I don't have that much of a problem with Star Wars not really making sense.
Just Doctor Who.
I don't mind that not making sense either. I just mind it being like relentlessly shit.
Well, there's a lot of things that don't make sense in Doctor Who, but we all kind of have this unspoken understanding that we accept it.
Yeah, no, we don't. It's awful.
Except for this period, obviously. That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Maybe we should lower that down. Yeah, the coffee table you could get with us, I saw once. I was like, yes, that would be awesome. My wife.
I went to the loo there and I put my phone down. I'm still playing, but I paused. So could you just give me a quick time?
1854, 55,
56. Yep.
Right.
Solo warming up. Bad 80s effect.
1856. Is that what you said?
No, we're past that. We are at
1908.
1908. Okay.
Harrison Ford is out.
Yeah, just fell on the floor.
Yeah, it is wet.
He's getting that money.
Right, when you get the 23, when you get the 2043, let me know, will you? Because my phone is acting the crap. The radio is coming on.
Incredibly, being frozen carbonite means you can put weight on quite easily.
So when we get to 2043, let me know.
Getting close. We've got a minute to go.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I hate when this happens with my phone.
And Princess Leia helmet's come off. Someone who loves you. Yeah, the way she was able to convincingly act that line is she just imagined Harrison Ford was a couple of lines of coke.
No.
No, it's 20. Are you nearly there?
There you go. About 30 seconds to go. Yeah. Jabba's just woken up.
They knew it all along.
You got 20 seconds to go. Okay, 1 second.
2040.
2041, 2042, 2043.
Yeah, too late. Too late.
What?
We found still in the bollocks, man. Fuck's sake.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Fucking poxy thing.
Yeah, what's Jabba had all over his mouth?
Yeah, Jabba's into later now.
What year's on? What's the timestamp?
It is 2116.
20. Right, I'm on 21:35. When you get to 21:35, let me know.
Okay, fine.
Fucking
Yeah,
shit.
10 seconds down. 21, 2130, 2131, 2132, 2134, 2135.
Brilliant. Right.
And
Got it.
Chewie's giving a bit of a hug while Jabba's giving Belair a bit of a hug. Know what I mean?
Have a thanks, Rabbi. Fair play to you. Thank you. Back to normal. Okay. See, I've smashed my phone, so I've dropped my phone so many times that it has a crack on the screen. And because of the crack on the screen, it keeps going into, if I press the screen a certain way, it starts going into other apps. So I try not to touch the bloody phone. But someone sent me a bleeding message. So I had a look. Right, so I'm back anyway. Here we go. This movie is so much better though if you smoked it up.
All right. Here's Luke Skywalker. Now it's like showing up.
It's solo. You know what woke up Jabba who are running into those chimes? Jabba would probably break Leia if he tried to mount.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot, I have to say.
Yeah.
I think they did the nasty.
That costume though, I know he's most famous for this costume, but I prefer her in the white costume.
That's also true. I agree with you.
I don't know. This was kind of okay.
Yeah. Because if you don't take me to Jabba, I'm going to kill you.
The trouble is, now we see him real Jedi. He's not very good at being a Jedi.
Who?
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, now we know what Jedi are like. We're like, oh. Like, Mace Windu would have done this so much better.
So this coming up, how is Jabba immune to Jedi mind tricks?
No, because he's that big and hard. That's how. He just screwed Princess Leia.
There are a couple of creatures within the Star Wars universe that are immune to it, and the Hutts are definitely one.
Right. What happened to Jabba the Hutt in the end?
He got strangled, didn't he?
Oh, right. Cool. I forgot he didn't survive the movie. Yeah. So who took over?
Well, the ship gets blown up as well too. Well, there's a power vacuum, which I think I'd be interested to see. Well, in the EU, I think it's something like his cousin or something takes over the Empire. Well, the gangsterism, I suppose.
Because they have that whole bit on the Mandalorian about, what happens right after the Death Star's destroyed. Which must be, about a few weeks after this?
Yeah.
Bloody chaos.
Yeah, Mandalorian has to be like set weeks after this. Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
I do love how the Gamorrean car gets eaten straight away.
I used to have the monster.
Who doesn't like bacon?
Yeah, I just don't see like Ben Kenobi. We wouldn't have any problem with this. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi. But he didn't. Remember in Attack of the Clones, he was okay with this stuff.
Well, he had his lightsaber on him, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe, but he wasn't like crapping himself. You know, it was like. Ah. Again, everybody loves bacon. Even green bacon. I suppose we get where green eggs and ham come from.
He must have like rows of teeth down his gullet, that one.
Jam his mouth.
And it goes. Ninja Knight, do you know if the Gamoran Guard's axes, with the shields built into them we saw on the Mandalorian, was that established before in canon, or was that something new?
I can't recall that now at all. That it seemed like really interesting. I was excited to see where that fight went.
It was, yes,
but,
I was with you.
I was excited to see where that went, and to be honest with you, I thought we were going to see like an end to that one. But no, we've never seen that before.
Okay.
Use mind control and tell them to open the door.
I didn't think of that, did they? I'm telling you, I love Salacious B. Crumb. One of my favorite characters. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it needs crazy Jedi skills to win. This just seems like Harrison Ford could do this.
Satsuma.
Bhutan.
I love how this guy's sad as his pet.
All right.
Aww.
This is one of the parts where I'm like, they're taking him on a ship to go to the Sarlacc pit. Why not dispatch of everybody involved immediately?
Yeah, well, so many reasons.
Got a pet.
The story.
Pat out the story. Yeah. Still can't see.
Okay, listen, it's not great, but we're all captivated. Nobody's speaking.
They look like Henson creatures.
Well, there's a lot of them there, that's why.
There's an interesting point that's just been made.
What?
Slowly digested over 1,000 years.
But I think you die when you get eaten, though, don't you? Oh, this is new. All these banthas are new. What the hell was that?
So,
that was a good addition. I like that addition.
Yeah. Had this toy set as well.
What didn't you have is probably the answer you should play with.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh god.
Fucking spoiled. Every Transformer, it's all the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing I ever had was like Tops Company. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do baseball. I had the set of Star Wars cards from the movies, and I sold
realize these new effects on the set. See.
Shatner is back dealing with trolls again.
What was that?
William Shatner is back dealing with trolls again.
Oh, what a surprise!
They're playing abusing William Shatner, and then when he calls him out, they're like, "But that's a teenager that you just quoted and said no."
God!
Like, fuck off.
Well, stop attacking. Whatever, 90-year-old men.
Again, consequences.
With their lives.
Look, I have to tell you, I'm a bit egotistical. I'm a bit full of myself. However, I posted a video today. I watched it later, which is not good. That's very, very bad. Okay, that's very bad. But anyway, and as I was watching, I went, "This is the greatest video ever. This is fantastic." You have to check it out, mate. It's a roundup of my life on Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter person, and it's really good. It's a really good video. You will really like it.
I'll have to check it out.
I like the new Sarlacc pit as well. I think it looks a lot better.
Yeah. It looks less like you know what, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It looked even more like that on my pirate copy I had, which was all fuzzy and Okay, one thing I really wish they would do though is when they do his lightsaber work, replace it with stuff that looks good. I mean, if you see him in it, it looks really bad. He's hacking and slaying stupidly, he doesn't know what he's doing. Whee! And he should be shot already. There you go. It is cool seeing Boba Fett go up against Luke Skywalker.
Mm.
Yeah, not the best ending for Boba Fett. Well, apparently he survived this the year.
Bye, Boba.
S&M.
I paid extra for this.
bit of S&M there for you.
Tell me I'm a naughty slug. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, David Carradine.
Yes, it's total autoerotic asphyxiation. Thank you. I bet Slater's Become was giving him a hand job at the same time. Wee, boink.
Pulling that.
But it's not that Jedi gracefulness that we came to know. It's wildly flailing around. Yeah, you got to save him, otherwise he won't be in.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
up. I am.
So I can see a lot better.
C-3PO can't even take care of a rat.
Look at her though. Look at her. This is one of the best shots.
Yeah, coming up here.
Oh yes.
That's got to give a couple points to this movie, anyhow.
Yeah.
Hop on.
New copping an L fail there.
Yeah.
You can almost imagine with what we know now that like Harrison Ford was clearly very much so interested in Carrie Fisher, and I'd say Mark Hamill was on the side being like, please notice me.
Right. In fact, I think him being into Carrie Fisher is the main reason he came back in this movie.
Possibly, yeah.
That's why. Well, why? He looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll go to the forest and back and Carrie Fisher for 6 months. There you go. You don't win one. Still owes you one. Saves him more time than he does. Fine, I'm going to
Not
go.
the Dagobah system.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go urinate. Maybe have a poo as well. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. I'll let you know what comes out.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, screw that. The Emperor's in. I'll clench. It's okay. I'll clench. Nobody worry.
Tough it out.
You keep that Sarlacc pit at bay, Rabbi.
I will. Even though I got a turtle head poking out, I'm fine. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, listen, you gotta love the Imperial Guards. Ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. Thank God they didn't use a Muppet for him. Okay, we got to do the Family Guy trilogy next.
Yeah.
Stewie as Vader.
Yeah, no, it's no one for that. Maybe do it on my channel.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
That'd be really funny. When Noel comes back, we'll ask him if he's up for it. Who do you reckon shines Vader's helmet?
Oh, he's probably got droids to buff it up.
Are
For
there
him.
droids or you have interns? He's got a stroppy intern who this is Greg.
He's on like £6.50 an hour.
Yeah. Greg, can you shine my helmet? It's your job, Greg. That's why.
Maybe he's got like his own personal stylist.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm Vader's stylist.
Let's go for black and shiny. You know what you like?
I like a big black shiny helmet. Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's like Catty Daddy.
Speaking of black and shiny, I'm going to the bathroom. Hey.
Hey. Catty Daddy looks after Vader's helmet.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, she's so fat.
Oh, this is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Vader.
He answered yes, actually.
Your father
Just covered it up.
The reason why they did that was because Lucas reckons that for all the young audience that they wouldn't have believed that Vader was telling the truth, so they needed a good character to tell Luke and confirm it. So it's the reason why that line's in the movie. It's curious how the two main Jedi just go, peace out, we're out here, you're on your own, kid. Bye.
Yeah. Ta-da! Bye! Enjoy!
Yoda goes a bit cross-eyed here.
Sounds almost as constipated as Rabbi.
Jeez.
Yeah, overall, this movie is probably the weakest, but it has its moments. Another Skywalker. It's Rey.
Oh, God. Oh.
Poof.
Oh. I think Mark Hamill's face in that was brilliant. You know, he was so heartbroken.
So Ninja, you said Alec really hated his character.
Yeah, Alec was really upset by the fan mail that he used to receive, which was all majority Star Wars related. He fancied himself as a very serious actor, so obviously in the part of his career that he was at, he wanted to be remembered for far more than what he considered stupid space wizard stuff.
Not Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Yeah, Bridge Over the River Kwai. I think that gets a lot overlooked an awful lot. A lot. What's interesting to note is Luke's the way his uniform is done. He's wearing black throughout the whole film here, and then towards the end, then when he opens the lapel, it's white on the inside. So this movie was trying to set an undertone that he was going to look like he was going to go towards the dark side, because he very much so considers it near the end. And then when the lapel is open, it's like, no, the light is still on the inside, and I'm going to turn back.
Yeah, it's your sister that you've kissed.
Yeah. Walked in the right moment. Obi-Wan, you're looking kind of pale.
No, he's just been to visit the Twilight set. He's come back all glittery and shimmery.
He's Buckwee vampire. Oh, Buckwee. I tell you, the whatever, being a Force ghost ages you. He looks at least 6 years older than when he was alive. Tell you, 6 years is a long time at that time of your life. Oh, I'm just sad looking at all these ships I know that they're going to destroy for no reason on Last Jedi. Like, why do you have to blow up the medical frigate? Like, who thought a slow motion chase would be a good idea?
Someone who doesn't know what they're doing?
Yeah, that's not about right. She wasn't in Star Wars, was she? Or was there somebody else do this?
Someone else, wasn't it?
If Leia was a general in the running things in the last one, how come she's not running things now?
I mean, they had her in other movies since, I think. Did they? They had her in. Was she in Rogue One?
Yeah.
Yeah. Played by an actress that looks remarkably like her as well.
Yeah,
too.
very much like I had to do a double take.
Although she's far more attractive, I think.
No, I'm talking about Leia. How come
Leia? Oh, yeah.
Leia isn't running things now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame they I mean, there's no way they could have done this, but it's a shame they couldn't recast her, because let's face it, she was pretty awful in those sequel trilogies, those sequel movies. And bless her heart.
Yeah, you think they would have worked out by now, not to have something that can blow up the reactor from the outside.
Okay, this is just Star Warsy fun. Okay, this is why we love it. It's really hokey, but this is why we love Star Wars.
And this is why we wanted them all on screen together in the fucking prequel.
Exactly. Schmucks.
Oh, they blew it.
Yeah.
It's just unforgivable.
It really is. And it could have been like, I don't know, the Magnificent Seven coming together again. It's like really so cool.
But no, they were divorced or estranged, and oh, come on,
Bad father.
deconstructing a fairy tale, basically, as they always do.
And again, this is such a shame that the Solo movie didn't work, because I would have loved to have seen young Han and Lando stuff together. They clearly had some camaraderie, right?
Yeah, they botched that.
I really can't understand how much I absolutely hate that movie.
It's awful. It is awful. Although
I feel gutted because I was in it. It's just like we thought we were like, yeah, we're part of Star Wars. It's like we had no idea.
I mean, like we always. I always want to see what the original idea was, the Lord and Miller version. Because I like
I don't
Spider.
think they had a clue, to be honest with you, from what I was seeing.
Well, what?
I don't think they had a clue. It was chaos. I mean, absolute chaos.
Wow. Right, this is where the movie starts to get good.
With the Ewoks.
They're originally supposed to be Wookiees.
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see a bunch of little teddy bears holding off the Empire.
Well, what's worse, Ewoks or Gungans?
Equally bad.
I mean, at least Ewoks were tangible.
These were supposed to hold much more significance in the George Lucas sequel trilogy. Those two that
Who were they?
spoke to there. They were supposed to be kind of like upmost disciples of Palpatine, but Disney decided not to go with it. I think that's what they were trying to allude to with the Snoke character, that he was essentially going to be part of them, but they didn't use it. Like when you look at some of the stuff that Lucas had left, when you look at some of the stuff that Lucas left them and what they decided not to use, it's absolutely incredible.
Have you ever played that Star Wars VR game? The one they gave out for free on Battlefront 2? When you were in an X-Wing fighter?
No, was it good?
Yeah, it was very good. It was like a 15-minute game.
All right.
But it's very good.
Can't you pick up that Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia are on there?
He knows.
Mm-hmm.
But did they started building this before the first one blew up, right?
Yeah. I think so.
They didn't even think about
they needed
that.
all those kyber crystals. So do you reckon they got the kyber crystals from? They harvested them from the first one that blew up.
A kyber crystal mess.
See, that would actually be quite an interesting Star Wars villain. A Star Wars villain that can generate its own kyber crystal. Then they have like unlimited like lightsaber potential.
Well, that Grievous that they had in the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars was going to be sick. You know, the 4 lightsabers been able to wield at the one time.
Right.
And then they decided to nerf him in the Revenge of the Sith, which was really weird.
Wait, he did the 4 lightsabers in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, but like the way he was powerfully using them with his feet and everything like that.
Don't you love how they're all camouflaged, and then you got C-3PO who's like made bright brass gold, and you know.
Yeah, he sticks out as a star tub, doesn't he? Like the rest of them are fine, but that fecker is.
Same with the troopers. You know, they're bright white.
It's interesting.
I'm sensing a tactical flaw.
First Star Wars, George Lucas was like really hungry. He went to Tunisia, roughed it. Second Star Wars, you know, it was basically in studio, left to somebody else, and sent them on the second unit to Finland or wherever it was. This one is like outside his house.
Wallop.
In the Family Guy one, they're all on bikes. No, if you want for it, do you want to do the Family Guy trilogy? Wow. Not completely successful special effects. Oh, those are when they switch to the model shop.
I love the toys when you can press a button, they break up.
Oh yes, I remember those.
Move closer. Get alongside that one.
Plonk.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Some headache in the morning with that.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 more.
Uh-oh. That CGI is terrible.
Well, whereabouts? Sorry, I think you're before or behind. I think you're ahead of me.
No, I'm on 59 minutes and 55 seconds. They're
I'm
going
ahead of you then.
on those.
I'm about 10 seconds ahead of you. 1 second.
No, it's only 10 seconds. Leave it. It's not much in the difference. All I'm just saying is the CGI looks crap here.
We should be about the same now.
Well, yeah.
What, like 1 hour and 20 or 1 hour and 32 seconds?
I'm exactly an hour in.
Right. Well, I'm about 32 seconds ahead of that.
An hour and 30, 40. Yeah. Yeah, you're only about 9 seconds. Leave it. It's no bother. Oh. Well, you ain't gone to Sunday dinner.
Yeah, listen, he's just not a very good Jedi. I'm sorry.
Who?
Luke Skywalker.
Why isn't he?
I mean, listen, compare it to Obi-Wan Kenobi or any other Jedi we've seen.
Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to be better than them, though, was he?
Like again, Obi-Wan Kenobi would just like force push him off his bike, like with a flick. Like
Well,
now he's got
someone said in the chat he doesn't become a full-fledged Jedi until he takes on Vader again.
Yeah, but he's a bit of a klutzy Jedi, isn't he? It's like, he would be washed out.
He got the job done.
All right, now he's got a bit of lightsaber action going.
He got the job done until they put him in the new movies and made him a hermit and a bitter old man, like. But
yeah,
I think he earns it. In fairness, I think in the 3 movies he earns it. That's what we wanted. We want him to be.
I guess you're right.
Whereas with Rey, with the new ones, she's just basically handed everything, like no training, and she's super Rey. It's at least with him, he did half of his training, and then he's told, well, you won't.
Yeah, 3 movies. It's taken him to get to this level.
Yeah, he has to work up to it.
Yeah, so I don't mind that. Look, he mightn't be the best Jedi. You're right about that, but I mean, he does the job. I mean, he's got his band of friends with him as well. So
here we go.
You shut up, you gold bleeding pig. Kill him off.
There you go. Bit of a bit.
This is where now I fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Honestly, it's my second stream I've done today. I think I might take the call it a night and I'll do the competition, call it a night.
Really?
I'll hang out for a little bit more.
We're nearly there. Oh Jesus, we're under an hour.
Exactly. I just looked at the time. I was like, "Geez, I got to go another hour."
Well, that's you with your bleeding cuts. Why didn't you just give us the original? We would have been.
I just got the most recent one. You didn't specify. I thought I was It's no longer than the original cut, is it?
Well, yeah.
No, couldn't be.
10 minutes. 10 minutes more. This one is.
Really?
Yeah. There's 10 minutes extra.
That was a mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this whole scene with these fucking teddy bears, I hate them. This is when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, this is the part of Star Wars that I tuned out and fell asleep, man. Like, this scene is good, right? But then after that, then it's just ridiculous.
Well, when the teddy bear creatures attack the stormtroopers and the stormtroopers turn into pussies. No, teddy bear creatures, run away! You rebel scum. Yeah, for that, with the moment you get to you rebel scum onwards, the movie gets really good though.
I just have to say, Carrie Fisher there looks quite lovely, doesn't she?
It doesn't bad, doesn't bad.
No. Like, I mean, it's weird because, like, we've watched the 3 movies and you see her grown.
Right.
In the movies. She's not that young woman she was when she first starred in the franchise.
Yep.
I don't remember this bit.
I do, yeah.
I must have fallen asleep.
That's what I mean, because once it gets to this part, I think everybody switches off.
Right, there's a good 20 minutes, half hour till it's good again. Okay, so
Strong whammon.
What could that be? Okay, got the job done. Hardly like precision shooting. Yeah, help me, mommy. I'm down.
Yep.
They would have been better if they had long fur instead of short fur.
No, it would have been better if they actually had a proper purpose.
That is also true.
They were only put in for merchandise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, again, they didn't use the word Ewok once in this movie. That's how much.
It was only for toys.
That's all it was.
I think it's probably the first attempt to bring more girls into Star Wars.
I mean, Jar Jar was the same, wasn't he? He was brought in for merchandise, and then that backfired on the big time.
Yeah, but like with Jar Jar, you have to remember that Lucas turned a negative into a positive because he ended up making that character be ultimately responsible for the Emperor rising to the power that he did.
Right, that was funny.
You know, I mean, that's a master stroke. I mean, like, if you were taking it that way, I mean, look at the characters that were disliked in that sequel trilogy. Like, what was her name? Rose Tico. Like, if someone was intellectual there, they would have taken that character and realized, okay, that's a really character that people dislike. Make her cause a mess in the third movie and actually have her serve a purpose for that dislike, you know, and turn it in for so people can say, yeah, we actually dislike the character and not the person playing her. What's curious to note as well too is Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, talks about how much he was abused by people and the likes of the media at the time. He was hounded by them, you know. So he said now personally, like, he's like, it wasn't actually people or fans; they were quite nice to him. He said it was the media that hurt the most.
I hear that.
But they, you know, most of the media kept quiet about that, but they certainly picked up on the Rose Tico thing, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, they said things. Like John Boyega has said recently that he was the only one that dealt with any sort of backlash from fans and isms and stuff like that. And I mean, that's after they tried to say that Kelly Marie Tran dealt with people that was being ist and phobe towards her. So I mean, like, the lies that are being spun constantly.
Yeah, but it wasn't her who said that, though, was it? It was people around her, wasn't it?
It was people around her, and it was alleged. And yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
but she never went in and didn't.
It's all bull crap. None of it really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you've got people like Hal Hickel that are still involved in this, and you know they're the type of morons that are involved.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Yeah, like, yeah, he just seems a bit of a crap Jedi. I'm sorry.
This has definitely got a more Spielberg feel about it, this film.
Right.
That was quick going.
No.
It does. It's got a very Indiana Jones feel to this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't he court Spielberg for a while to try and direct one of these? Or
I think so.
I think this has got the most Spielberg-y feeling to it.
You actually forget how slow this Endor stuff is, don't you? Like, Jay.
You do. It just grinds to a halt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They could really just cut all this. It's like, do you ever seen the Phantom edit of episode 1? It's like 20 minutes long.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's good.
It's 20 minutes long.
20 minutes long, and it's really good.
Yikes.
Ooh.
So, okay, I just wrote a piece of fan fiction in my head. One time, a race of aliens, right, who are of a very different scale to the Ewoks, were flying by the Ewok moon of Endor, and one of the people there had a gold vibrator to pleasure themselves, and it fell out, landing in Ewok village like a totem pole, standing resplendent there's some kind of magical property from it, some euphoric thing you get from touching it because it's a space vibrator, obviously. That they all became to worship it, thus seeing C-3PO's shiny gold bonds. They went, we're in for more of the same. Let us worship it.
And they get pleasure from it.
Speaking of which, lads, where do you guys stand on Chewbacca's flute? Is it a lipstick type of flute, or is it a human type of flute?
Well, when do you have a flute? I can't even remember.
No, you know what I mean, like flute.
Oh. So what are the options?
A lipstick type of one, or just like a human type of one?
Why would you have a lipstick type of one?
Because dogs
you mean like one of that? Oh, that's a good question. Good question. I mean, yeah. Sorry, it took me a minute. I'm gonna go.
I was saying if you'd pick it up.
I'm gonna go for lipstick. I'm on the lipstick. Yeah, that's how I imagine it.
Problem being, where are you on that one?
It's got to be a lipstick one, isn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, now you want really that. Does. Yeah.
Alpha Omega, where are you at that on that?
I can't believe we're discussing Chewbacca's jump.
Never gave it that much thought.
Oh, baby.
I guess lipstick, I guess.
Listen, although I'm thinking Ewoks, they would have like a people type one.
Chewie's PD Rich says Chewie's got a chubby. Could you imagine the articles that would be written today though about Han and Chewie? Are they gay? Is Han into bestiality? Like, it would be unbelievable stuff. Is Han a furry? Is Han a furry? Like that dear person that they had a couple of.
That's about the level of their intellect.
I am convinced the whole furry thing came from the Ewoks.
So you're the legend that it came from Warwick Davis.
Not him personally. I think it's the fetishizing.
I have to say, like, he was so funny on the set Solo. Like, he would chariot around in his custom-made two-wheeler thingy. You know, those little, what do they call those?
I'd say he's a nice guy. Is he a nice guy?
No comment.
Oh, really? Oh,
really?
Because he was nice, and again, life's too short. That was really good, and also
the thing about the life's too short, though, there was parts of that I did think to myself that guy is not acting. That's actually the way he behaves. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's a million. No, I think he's like. Do you see what's that thing? And it was it Idiot Abroad.
Yeah.
It's him with him and Carl Pinkleton, right? I imagine he's much like that. I think he's very kind of like open-minded.
Well, when you look at him on some of the Star Wars panels, particularly the Star Wars Celebrations one, he does seem like he's a bit, into himself a little bit.
Oh, that's also
no comment.
I thought one of the funniest things that happened on the Star Wars panel was when they were promoting Force Awakens and Hamill was on stage and he was like, I was doing scenes with, her name, what's the character's name? It was with Daisy, and the people were like, Ray, and he's like, yeah, that's the one. I was like, that is some serious shade that people are not picking up on.
Well, no, you know what? When he was talking about Last Jedi and he was like, everything about this movie is wrong. We're like, yeah, you're just a wacky old guy. And then he turned out to be right.
Yeah, but then the backpedaling from him then was unbelievable. He must have gotten threatened with some sort of lawsuit.
Well, Disney, they've got a lot of clout. I mean, these contracts are so watertight.
Well, see, at the time as well too, he was promoting himself heavily to try and get a role in the MCU. He was promoting himself big time that he wanted to be. He was actually the second choice for the Vulture. He was
brilliant.
Hamill.
Yep, second choice to Michael Keaton. He was. Because I think he's gone on record to say
between Michael Keaton and Mark Hamill. I mean, it's like Ron Jeremy in between them.
Yeah.
I really. Oh my god!
But in saying that, like the MCU at the time had cast Brie Larson. Don't forget, like so.
Oh yeah, they're in that weird phase. Okay, before I forget, Dr. Scott 2, you have won the prize, the Robots of Death. So I feel myself beating fast.
Fantastic.
Congrats.
Next week is going to be a Judge Dredd prize, a couple of Judge Dredd books. I check out my videos tomorrow, you'll find out.
Cool.
Oh, Judge Dredd, nice. What do you think of the Carl Urban Judge Dredd, Rabbi? Have you watched that one?
I liked it when I first saw it. I tried to rewatch it about 6 months ago, and I was very disappointed in it. Best Judge Dredd ever has been, was it Judge Minty, which was a fan film.
There's some good fan films.
I haven't seen it, but I heard the Urban one's pretty good. It's supposed to be.
It's pretty good, but it's just like it's not as good as I remember it. I think the first time you see it is like, wow.
Did you see it in 2D, Rabbi, or did you see it in 3D?
In the cinema, I probably saw it in 3D.
Oh man, it was so good in 3D. I think that movie stands out even more though because of the 3D.
Yeah, the slow motion, like bullets passing through cheeks and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's a movie to be watched on 3D. It's kind of like Avatar. Like Avatar is a movie that you watch in 3D.
Yeah,
you don't watch that on 2D, I don't think. When are we doing the review for Pacific Rim?
Oh, Rabbi, that's the point. We don't know what we're doing for Video Vault.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, let's cancel Video Vault this week and we'll do Family Guy, Star Wars.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Fine, I have to upload. We'll just do a watch along with the family. I'll upload it for you guys.
Cool.
I have the DVD somewhere.
Just go. I'll upload it to my Google Drive. Oh God, can this movie just get moving again?
Right. Yeah.
You want to give it like those like electric pedals or something like a heart attack.
Really does slow down, doesn't it?
Whoa.
There's another hour left in it. Well, not even an hour. I'd say probably 40 minutes.
56 minutes.
Yeah, we're nearly there.
No, we're not.
We are.
Oh, please. Okay.
Over starts to pick up now.
This is a moment when if you're getting a fisting, you're just getting your first knuckles in. Wow. Okay. Right. You're not nearly done.
Now I know why these streams are being limited.
Nice analogy.
Yeah, you're not nearly done, mate.
Analogy, you mean analogy, don't you? There. Yeah.
He's got an analogy.
Analogy.
By the way, I think the movie that we picked for the Video Fault was Gravity.
No,
it wasn't.
Well, it was, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
That was one of the choices. What was the other one?
We didn't. We were doing Star Wars, remember?
No, but when we were coming back in 2 weeks, we'd pick the movie.
No, we didn't.
I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
But no. Here's the plan. Instead of doing Video Vault this week, we'll do a watch along with the Family Guy Star Wars. Have you ever seen the Family Guy Star Wars?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You don't sound happy. Why are you not happy? I just want you to be happy, Noel.
I'm happy.
You were like,
I'm not a Family Guy anymore. They sold out.
Yeah, but who cares? This is like Mandalorian. Enjoy it.
It's because Noel heard the word Pacific Rim. That's why.
God help us.
Well,
the next video I was going to do buy one. I was either going to do, what was it? True Lies. I thought that was a good.
That would have been a good one. Yeah. I like that movie, actually.
Good movie, that.
There was a rumor. Remember, they were thinking of doing a part 2 for years, and then it never really was. And I was kind of hoping they would, because, Jamie Lee Curtis is actually great in that movie.
I like True Lies.
Oh my God! Yeah, Lisa's Place. We're all up for that right now. This is when you go. They actually built a smoke break into this movie. That's what this is. It's a smoke break. It's 1983. That's why they did it.
Now, bear in mind, this is the guy now that's going after probably the most tyrannical individual in the galaxy, and he's going to try and see if he can turn him because there's good in him. But he had a bad dream about his nephew and decided to try and kill him in his sleep. It's not the same character.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally in character. Yeah. Then, because you know why that happened? He didn't have Michael Burnham to tell him what to do.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Mikey Burnham.
Or Jodie Whittaker to lecture him.
Good Jodie lecture. Didn't help me with anything.
Controversially, I actually don't like her look with the long hair.
It's too much Earth Mother going on.
Yeah.
It has way too long.
Oh.
Yeah, they broke up, you know, after they had a kid, naturally.
Yeah, that was the one thing about the new trilogy that gutted me, was the way Solo died. It was so pathetic. Deserved better. Well, there he is.
I love the at coming out of the forest. I think it's really cool. Only with that.
To me.
Yeah, it's a real shame they cut out the scene of him making this lightsaber. That actually would have actually been good.
Yeah.
Well, this movie needs to be recut.
It does. They need to take out the whole.
Oh, yeah. It's just too much cocaine.
That name no longer has a meaning.
Vader still thinks he can turn him.
Yeah, I never understood that either. I mean,
Hello?
yeah, the idea of making a lightsaber makes you it just seems to be, if making a lightsaber was more mystical, I'll get it. But it's not. It's essentially like you putting something together. It's making a tool.
You do not know the power of the dark side.
This is just not good dialogue either.
Wow, it's not good dialogue at all, man. Like, the fact that he's standing there and Luke is trying to convince him that he's still good, like, you know, Vader should straight away, like, you know, in my opinion, should knock that down and grab him by the throat. You know, that would have made more of an impact. Grab him by the throat and, like, go, you will go to the dark side.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'm up.
You know, this whole, oh, but father, I still think they're good. Someone said they sent me a message, so let's have a look and see what's going on. Hello, I'll have a pizza,
Hello?
please. Chicken nugget. Some curry sauce as well there, please. And a milkshake that brings all the boys to the whatever.
A milkshake that brings all the boys to what?
I don't know. The
The
other
yard, I believe.
one. Oh, the yard. Yeah.
The yard.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means. But it
It's a
sounds very
song.
suspect.
It's a song. It's a song. It's a stupid song. My milkshake brings all. Yeah.
Okay, now the movie gets good. Finally.
Yeah, this is where it gets good again now.
Yeah,
So,
it's good.
we
for
should
the
have just skipped
space.
that bloody Wookiee saying, or they're saying. Anyway, we should have just bloody.
Oh, my game's over.
This is it, yeah.
Right, let's see. I've got a message. What's this? Is this important? Oh, someone just called me a demon. Okay.
What?
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, because I asked your man, Greg Austin is on Twitter. And as you know yourselves, I'm not as harsh on class as most of you are. So I invited him on to talk about the cliffhanger and talk about the show. And of course, you got some moron calling me a demon because I asked him.
These people never stop, do they?
I know. Ah, well.
I don't know my Irish demons, but I guess you're one.
Well.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Yeah, every time I click on Twitter, I'm just.
I know.
It's just oh my god, they're crazy.
To the stage where like, get a life, will you, man?
Oh, somebody.
Same when I asked Jake to come on my channel, we all start calling me a trans hater because I asked her on to talk about Harry Potter, like.
These guys are so funny.
So sanctimonious. I can't get over
But the funny thing is, they
Yeah.
don't realize how silly they are. Problem is, did you see the video posted today?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Oh, I'd say
Brilliant.
that one.
Certainly threw a cat amongst the pigeons.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad if not everything I said was right. like every hit is 100% on target.
Mm.
Did Az just block Star Wars girl for the laugh?
No, I'm not getting involved with that.
No, I think he's only messing. I don't know if he's messing, but yeah, it looks like he's blocked her.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's Captain Rex.
Ninja Knight, because you're a United fan. Fucking, it's just after being posted. Fucking, Bobby Charlton has dementia now.
Yeah, no, I saw that earlier on.
Oh, for God's
That was
sake.
Captain Rex. I listen.
Yeah,
That could
yeah.
have been anyone. That could
Yeah,
have
but
been anyone.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. Like, it's an alleged.
Yeah,
sighting,
come
no,
on.
Yeah, no,
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. I saw that earlier on. Now, yeah, it's terrible. His wife said that he hasn't been well at all. So,
Oh, for God's sake, man, that's all we need.
but he must be pushing.
He is,
Right.
and like he is the heart of the club, like Fergie. You know, one of them was to
Yeah.
pass away. Oh, I'm actually annoyed now.
He's 83.
I keep expecting the Emperor to go, fuck me, Jesus, fuck me, Jesus. It's got the same sort of face.
Yes, right, here we go. This is what I wanted to say.
Got some serious eye bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, needs a bit of sun.
So being called evil, a demon, Satan, the devil. Jesus, I tell you, man, if oh, I think it's an absolute joke. Imagine, just because you have a different opinion, you're evil now.
Yeah.
The devil, Satan. But this one is brilliant. I'm a demon now. Thank you. Well, I am to you, fuckers. And if you know any better, you will keep your mouth shut. Simple as that. Because don't take my silence and all the crap that's going on Twitter as if I'm just letting you away with it, right? I've been asked not to get involved, right? And that's the only reason why I'm not coming down hard on you morons. So keep it up, man, because there will be a time where I will come out and I'll destroy you all. Like I've destroyed every other little muppet that's tried to take down our community. They think I'm weak because of what happened, because I haven't been saying that, but you're sorely mistaken. And if you just keep it up attacking me, friends, go on. I don't want the drama, but if people want drama, I'll bring the fucking drama.
Use the dark side.
Bring the rain.
That's it. Now, is this the original? Sorry, I need to ask. Is this the original Emperor now that they're using, or is this the other Emperor that they used for the new prequel? Prequel? I don't know. I forget now. Prequel trilogy.
It's like Ian McDermott.
Yeah. I believe this is the original Emperor. They used like Ian McDermott for Return of the Jedi.
Right.
They went and put him back into Empire Strikes Back and the prequels.
Yeah. Vader is nothing but a pawn. Yes, he was a pawn.
That's true. Very true.
Chris Perry says, I'm afraid the J-bots will find the TARDIS zone is fully operational.
That's it. The only reason why I haven't been getting involved is because of being asked. That's all. So I just want to make that clear. That's the only reason. But I'm certainly not going to stand by and watch it continue, to be quite honest with you. It's getting ridiculous now. You need to shut up and get on with it. Right? Because they're not putting up with you that crap in the fandom anymore. Sure, we'll clear you all out eventually. You know, BBC has already started and you're already moaning because the BBC are not going to pander to you little twats anymore about bleeding time. Oh, by the way, in saying that, don't want to go off topic really too much, but if you'd see any BBC employees, especially those working for Doctor Who, coming out with any of this nonsense, report them. They're not supposed to be using their accounts to talk about any of this diversity, inclusion, crap.
Right. And no, who deleted their account recently?
Yes, we know who deleted their account recently. Manip. Yeah.
Oh, this, by the way, John Williams' music here just brings the music back, a movie back alive.
This is what I mean. This last act.
Yeah.
I'll have to be honest. It does make up for the fact that the movie as a whole, let's be honest, this is the weakest one. Actually, I'd go as far as to say so far, if I was to rate it right now, this movie is getting a 3.
Yeah, but right now it's getting a 10.
Well, obviously now it's picking up now, so my rating will be a little bit higher because I do love this battle.
Yeah, this brings the movie up to a 6 or a 7. It really does. It's crazy how much it improves a movie.
Wow.
He eventually gets what he wants as well too in the sequel trilogy. Strike me down, and it happens, and then like,
right,
that's it. Like, I mean, the stupidity of it.
It doesn't work. Do you think this last section is really directed by George Lucas? It feels more like the original Star Wars to me.
Well, it feels like the rest of the other two movies, yeah. I mean,
Right.
the first part of this movie doesn't feel like a George Lucas movie, does it?
Right, because this is basically a effects-heavy section of the movie, which is telling the story.
Do you know what?
Rain.
I'm sick of this. You keep telling me it's me destiny. Go kick your destiny where the sun don't shine. Woo! Oh, if I was a Jedi and that was my destiny, I'd be saying, here, listen, Dark Lord, it's grand. I'm not even going to retaliate. Here's my lightsaber. I'm going off now onto some planet and I'm just going to fucking live out the rest of my life. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, I love those little machines.
Just have one of those.
Jesus.
You know, I want a series of novels about that character that like says, just take my lightsaber, I'm done. Jedi Ricky, right? Jedi Ricky couldn't give a shit. Leave me alone. He get fabulous adventures going around him. He's like, yeah, no, leave me alone. I want to see more Jedi Ricky. Teddy bear creatures! Ah! Okay, the only thing that really redeems this bit is the ingenious ways they bring down the walkers eventually.
With the big logs.
Yeah, all those stuff. That was good. All this stuff's kind of embarrassing.
Think you might enjoy this there now. Roy Keane is just out there ripping into Paul Pogba.
I'm not surprised.
He said he lacks fight and spirit.
I'm not even gonna watch Match of the Day anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I just can't watch my team go. No, I'm done. I'm sorry to say this, but Ollie has to go.
Yeah, he does. I haven't bought any merchandise in the 2 years.
Plan B, and he doesn't have a plan B. That's why we got beaten by Arsenal. He doesn't have the tactics to back him up.
No.
And I don't care what anybody says. That squad is good enough to get into the top four, even without being fully back.
I had one of those Ewok things on the glider.
Ewoks, I think.
Problem being sweating now that we're talking about football. He's like, please turn it back to Star Wars.
Grand. That's it. I'm not mentioning it anymore because I'm pissed off anyway.
He thinks about this game.
Yeah.
That first interception, coach, like that's a pick six to the crib. Throws another pick in this game. You have to be kicking yourself in the butt. Take care of the football. Big Ben did it. Lamar Jackson did it. In a quick margin, shows the okay.
It's less guerrilla warfare, more gorilla warfare.
See you later, Adam. Adam popped into the chat there.
Hi, Adam.
He's heading off now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, pal.
Simon PD Rich. PD Rich is heading off as well too. Thanks, PD Rich.
Bye, PD Rich.
See you later, PD Rich. Thanks for coming in.
Keep a very close eye as well too on when Harrison Ford is lying down. He grabs a nice decent grope of Carrie Fisher. Oh, PD Rich is still hanging around. I misunderstood. I thought he was going.
Is that Wedge?
got one old baritone there, that Lando Calrissian. Yeah, they slipped me set again, aren't they? Come on, pick up the lightsaber and board.
Yeah, come on, do it. Fight now. Come on.
Yeah.
You get it. Yeah, you want to turn them, so fight. Come on.
Woo. Oh, we got to watch the Family Guy. This is so funny.
Ooh.
Oh, oh. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. His speeches must be great at giving blowjobs. Look at him. And if you reckon if you go with a Mon Calamari, do you reckon they taste like, lobster as you're like having sex with them? When you kiss them, they taste kind of like fish, right? That'd be cool.
Interest, actually. I just want to check me stream.
Right in the head.
Dirty one.
Lando sidekick isn't racist.
Let's see.
Oh.
Tell you, it's not the first time C-3PO said, "Oh, R2, hurry."
That's ridiculous.
He stuck his appendages in.
They've limited this stream as well. They haven't actually passed the other two either. This is ridiculous. So the Tarda Zone Halloween Zone video is still, it has 415 views, yeah? And they still limited it, right? And it's still reviewing, and it says it takes 20 minutes, right? So that was 2 days ago. Then last night's one is still reviewing. And tonight's one is limited already, and it'll take a couple of days. It's bloody ridiculous, like.
Make sure you hound them on Twitter.
I have, but they're ignoring me, man. I've been ruthless with them. I said, sort you off fucking bleeding platform out, you muppets. I'm not leaving YouTube, but that's what they want me to do. That's why they limit all my streams. They don't want me to make money. Right, but I'm not going anywhere, you morons.
Am I still here?
Yeah.
Omega, you're still here, pal.
Everybody's roboting for me. I was wondering.
Sure, I had to re-upload. Do you remember the Sean Connery video I did?
Right.
It got 132 views, and it was limited for like hours. So I decided to download it and re-upload it, and within 20 minutes it was monetized. Yeah, and I'm after losing all those views because obviously I had to re-download it, put it back up. It's bloody ridiculous, man.
And listen, no, be honest with you, they limit all my streams, and I'm like, I never fight it. I'm like, fine, whatever, I'll say what I want.
Yeah, but that's not the point, Rabbi. When you get to 1,000 subs, you've worked hard. You know what I mean? They try everything in their power to kind of discourage you. You keep going, and then they take your money off you. No way. And
I'm not arguing with any of that.
I wrote to them and I said, 3 videos. I've lost earnings on those 3 videos. In all fairness, you should be compensating me for a flawed system.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They should. Because ever since they brought this in, every fucking stream you do is limited, and it's wrong.
What's the reasoning they're giving for it?
I didn't even look at my ones. I just assumed
they put this new policy in place. You're able to upload your videos, right? And put them up, and they'll be monetized within a couple of seconds. But now they have this thing where, no, you have to keep it unlisted or private and wait until it's monetized, and they get someone to review it.
Right.
But you see, the thing about it is I put the profanity button and all on, so I should be okay. But no. But they will watch. I always win the appeal. That's the thing. But it's 2 or 3 days after the stream, and then I've lost all the revenue because they limit it, so I'm not making the revenue.
Right, I get you.
So when we do the Mando, I'm going to do it as a pre-record.
Yeah.
I'm going to
But see,
upload it.
YouTube don't really want you doing live streams. They want you doing videos.
I know. But that's what I'll be doing. So the reviews like that won't be live. We won't be doing them live. We'll be doing them as pre-records because no way, man. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And
I get you.
I'm in a bit of a financial sticky situation now, so every little helps off this channel.
Right.
You know what I mean? So stop
Yeah.
with these fucking videos, you prats.
You know, I tell you, however bad The Mandalorian gets, right? The worse The Mandalorian is, it's better than this.
The Mandalorian's better than this episode, Jerry.
Oh, totally. I mean, but even the worst Mandalorian's better than the worst episode, which was like the Ron Howell's daughter episode.
This is still
Yeah, that was a bad one. Yeah.
Yeah,
still
it's better than this though. Wow, this is really much worse than I remember.
Yeah, this is actually
This is not doing well with the reviewing. Star Wars Empire did very well.
Empire was brilliant, but this is rubbish. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. This is why I didn't like Star Wars. This is rubbish.
Yeah, I think they lost the plot on this one. And I thought, you know,
Watch him cop in the field. Look at. Did you see it? Did you see him cop in the field? The right hand was on it.
I think yes, I do. Oh, jeez.
Well, they were
She's not
still
listening now, is she?
they were still doing the nasty though, weren't they? So
Yeah, I
she
get
was.
that.
oh yeah, he did. He grabbed our boobies.
Yeah.
He actually grabbed our boobie there, and then he moved his hand
Seriously.
really quick.
Because he's Han Solo, baby. He's Han Solo. And he can do that.
Hands.
You and I
Solo.
cannot.
Yeah.
Hands. Yeah.
Even if someone's in cosplay, don't touch.
Yeah, it is kind of bad how some of those cosplay women are treated, man. Yeah.
Really, listen,
Isn't
they
it?
look gorgeous and they're very, like, you know, out there, but it's not real. Okay, they're playing. They just don't touch unless they say touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, don't get overexcited, everyone.
Oh, here we go. Here's the fight now. Don't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
I have to say, Vader is a bit of a shit Dark Lord if he's getting beaten by a Jedi that's not fully trained.
You know, he was
fully
yeah,
trained.
he was great. Like, yeah, this
He's
movie is
fully
not
trained.
Star
He
Wars.
said he's not a Jedi only because he has to take down his father. But that's everything else is up to date.
Yeah, made
He's
lightsaber.
running the latest OS, baby.
Okay.
That's his son. He's holding back.
Yeah, I'm going to bed in a minute. I'm just like, I can't stay up. I'm too bloody bored.
You're nearly there now. You're nearly there.
God, I'm not. Oh. This
Come
is
on,
like,
Rabbi.
yeah, okay. It's just crowned, okay. I'm getting used to it in the fisting. Mario. Oh. I think you just like, yeah, you just started to ease yourself out. Wow. Yeah, the Emperor's a kind of creepy guy. Like is he backing off? Yes, yes. Is he Harvey Weinsteining?
He wants to get rid of Vader so he can have the younger Mark Hamill with him.
I'm just saying. Look at the Millennium Falcon guy, the flappy face guy. That race made for blowjobs.
Yeah, right.
You could cut the first half of this movie. You could.
Oh. Cool. Do you want to go watch the Phantom Menace after this? I mean, not tonight, but next one. Do you want to keep going?
Nah.
Oh. No.
All right.
I don't. I think the prequels are boring.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Attack of the Clowns is an hour too long.
Attack of the Clowns.
Okay, I don't think I can stay up for much longer.
No,
I'm tired, yeah.
I won't be doing the prequel or the prequel trilogies any time soon, but we will get around to them, but just not now. Not after this one. This one's at the kind of put me off. Mandalorian again.
Oi, babe.
Jesus, man, they could have made this battle a bit more epic, couldn't they?
Oh.
The dark side, fuck you.
Sister.
I'm just gonna go back and sit in my little white cube thing for a bit and think about sister. Lord Vader, what are you doing? Don't disturb me. I'm in my weird white dodecahedron thing. Not watching porn, I promise. Down. This has been one of the best bits of the movie, of the trilogy, I think. Like this lightsaber battle, the music, this is freaking awesome. Yeah. Oh, I got to do that on Twitter. When they start getting like really out, I'll go like, good. Feel the hatred. Oh my God.
Let the hatred flow through you.
Good. It's not good for with an ego to be spanking a lot of asses on Twitter.
I like father, like son.
Okay, let me ask you. You lose your hand. You have a robot hand. Do you masturbate with the same hand or the robot hand, or do you?
You might have to tweak with your sensitivity.
You learn to go and place anew. You know, how do you learn? You have to relearn the skill.
Get a firm grip.
Yeah, I don't know which way to go. It depends on the technology.
Maybe he gets Leia to do it. I don't know.
Well, see, that would have every time. Listen. I've been married a long time. That'll be a very giving and available partner. I don't think Leia's that giving and available. I get she's a bit of a pain in the ass. Actually, strikes me that. See, how did that happen? He ran out of a bunker and a nuclear bomb went off, and he's fine. Look, did you see that?
Yeah, it's like that would have taken them all out.
Yeah, I was a second behind you, but yeah, look at that explosion. He should have, yeah.
Although maybe the dish was further away and it was
maybe it's on the other side of the planet.
Same reaction.
And I don't really understand what the Emperor's plan is here, really. Like, why did he make Vader and why? So he could get to Luke, but now he's going to kill Luke. Like, Jesus. And then he's got Rey on the boil somewhere. He has, like, I don't understand. I don't understand what the game plan is. Nothing makes sense. You know what they should have done if they wanted to bring back Palpatine for the sequel trilogy? Instead of having it be Palpatine, have it be a droid that Palpatine had like a blank video for a face that would project Palpatine. And what he was kind of like a copy of his personality, and he's be able to access all these Sith holocrons that gives him access to like force powers. And that way you get like a pseudo Palpatine who's become like self-aware.
Can somebody give me a timestamp on that?
I am at 1 hour 56 to 50. Okay, if he's going to say, no, I don't think I can do it. I can't do the no. It was only one no. Okay.
I mean, that looks pretty definitive, doesn't it, for a fucking death?
Yeah, it does. What? He fell down a massive mine shaft and then blew up like a nuclear bomb. I mean, that's bad. At the very least, it's got a sting.
So he threw him down there, right?
Right.
And the Death Star explodes, but he survived, and the Death Star, the bridge happened to be in one piece.
Wait, no. You're missing a part. He threw him down there. He exploded.
Yeah, that's right.
The thing he was in exploded. That's pretty definitively dead.
Was everybody happy that Vader finally saw sense? Because again, as I said, weak, Dark Lord, he's weak. He would have stuck to his guns and let the Emperor kill his son.
Yeah, pussy. In the end, Anakin Skywalker, always a pussy.
It's Vader's fault.
So I don't understand how Millennium Falcon can get through this easily, and like X-Wing fighters are like squeezing by. Whoa! And then goes the head. You go for the square antenna instead. I still like Force Awakened. Son of a bitch. Oh, I like this bit.
Listen, there's only George Lucas' Star Wars, yeah? There's only George Lucas' Star Wars. That's the end of it. That's what we should call it, George Lucas' Star Wars.
Right.
Fuck Disney. The only one that I would include from the Disney franchise is Rogue One. Oh, that was pretty nifty.
Right. Somebody just said it was like really funny. Oh, it's fucking cat.
All right, fucking fish head.
Were you around when I wondered if you got with the Mon Calamari, if they like tasted like octopus and like made out with them? And you can have different species. You can make out with a spicy tuna. That'd be kind of cool. This whole bit where he takes it doesn't really make that much sense to me, but okay.
Well, he explains it there. He wants to see his son with his own eyes before he dies.
Is that Hayden Christensen? I thought it's the original guy, right? The egghead guy.
Is it the original? Let's say.
Yeah, it's the original.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
You don't look anything like Hayden Christensen.
like really?
He's got beautiful eyeliner on. Come on, it's fabulous.
Like, what volcano made you into an old fat man?
Well, what's interesting about this edition as well is how they, in the original one there, he has eyebrows, but they removed the eyebrows in this, as you can see.
I'm pretty sure it's Hayden Christensen at the end of this one.
Yeah, I'm most assuredly it will be.
As the Force Ghost, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, they should. Hey, you know what they should do for a Star Wars movie? Really freaking simple. Just like a cowboy western, like Mandalorian, like in some part of the galaxy we haven't been before, maybe 200 years earlier, wherever. But it's like, say, lone Jedi in this outpost town in the middle of nowhere, like just a western. You know, like the damsel father's into distress. He comes up to protect them, and there's basically that story: him versus impossible odds with the lightsaber. That's a good movie. I would like that movie.
Do you know what I wanted? Believe it or not, I wanted a Vader movie.
Yeah. Listen, the Vader comic was freaking awesome. There's a few of them that's been awesome.
So no, you hate that Vader has redemption in this.
No, I don't mind that he has the redemption arc, but I mean, it just seemed after all of that effort, and then he just like turned around and saved these. So it just, I know he had that conflict, and he always was conflicted, but I just found it was a bit easy sort of thing, the way he just saved his son. I don't know. Right now, I don't like this movie. This is the movie that actually turned me off Star Wars, believe it or not. The first two I don't really have a problem with, but this movie is just so awful.
PD Rich says,
although
here's a good Star Wars story. PD Rich says, 1 Lando, 2 droids.
Ah.
I mean, but again, you know, that bit in Mandalorian where you saw this bit from Tatooine where they're looking at it on the news. That was really cool. Okay, fine. I've seen enough. I'm going to bed. I can't do anymore.
Well, yeah, it's gone now anyway, isn't it? We've got, what, 7 minutes to go. So
Yeah, I can't.
go on.
All right.
We'll see you during the week, yeah?
What's the score?
Yeah.
No score. We didn't get a
Boy,
score.
before you leave the chat, let us know what your score is and I'll whack it up. Well, I know what I'm giving this movie.
Yep.
He's all confused. Look at him. And he's like, oh, Grant, I'm in there. Oh, Rabbi just must have just gone completely, just knocked everything off. No rating from him. But he did say he was going to rate this one low, so. And then this just drags on as if, you know. Ah.
I think I'm behind again. My video keeps buffering.
Well, you weren't much of a Dark Lord, were you?
We're like 205.
Your son is going to become a Muppet in the new movies, so you failed. You failed, mate. You failed. Your son becomes an asshole.
Naboo.
Yay.
Coruscant. I like this part because it throws back to the prequels. Like, this is Coruscant, and I think it's cool to see that, you know?
I have to say, Lucas does have some imagination. I'll give him that. Oh, for God's sake. What's that music called again? They have a name for it. What's it? The bands play it. They did a South Park episode where
Ewok music.
Yeah, it's what do they call it? There's a name for it.
Pan flute.
Yeah, the feckin' the do you remember the South Park episode? They did the trilogy with the hamsters, and the bands were going around playing this music, and this music was keeping the killer hamsters away. Yeah.
Sounds like it could be a Shakira #1.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have just got her out as an alien to start singing. Oh, she wasn't born yet.
Hips don't lie.
Remember this Luke's lapel now is white, see it?
What?
Luke's lapel, like his jacket is open and it's showing the white because it's supposed to signify most of the movie was closed and it was black, so it would give the viewer an idea that he was going to turn to the dark side. But he obviously, the light is always within. Is the message, I think, for that.
Why did he put the feckin' Anakin? Feck off.
I had to say, I like the Hayden Christensen Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. The jury's out on him. I found him boring. I think he's a horrible actor, to be honest. He's like that Brendan Routh fella that did Superman.
He's a good-looking lad, just not very talented actor, just very, very wooden.
He is. That's what he is. He's a plank. He's a plank.
I liked him. I thought he was good in Jumper as well, too.
I suppose what they say, what do they say? Different strokes for different folks, I suppose.
Don't tell Rabbi that.
Right, now, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because again, I'm going to head off straight after this because, weekends, spend time with the wife and all of that. So we'll get everybody's ratings. I'm going to rate this movie a 2.
Jesus.
And I'm just going to say that this is one of the worst Star Wars movies that I've actually seen. I'd actually have to say I think the Phantom Menace is better than this rubbish, actually. Yeah, I didn't like. No, I don't like it. I still don't like it. I think this was the movie that kind of turned me off Star Wars in the first place. I find it boring, and I'm not going to change my mind on it. So it's still the same as I was as a kid. It's rubbish, absolute dire crap. So 3. There you go. I'm done. Alpha Omega.
I'm not going to be as hard on it as that. I'll probably give it a 6. I like the way it kind of wraps up Luke's story arc.
Right.
In these original series, and it's much better than what we've had recently. I could do without the Ewoks and
yeah. Yeah, if they had cut them out, it would have made it a shorter movie, and if they had condensed it a little bit more and had a bit more action in it like they did. See, I mean, look, they went from The Empire Strikes Back to this, and I can understand Lucas wanted to kind of tell more of a story, but why not do that in the first movie, then follow, you know what I mean, then the second bit, and then I think he did it backwards. I would have preferred to know all the shit in the first movie, then the second movie we can move on, and then by the time we get to the third movie, then we have the epic fight between Vader, and and even the battle at the end was a bit bleh.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a letdown from the last one. So, yeah.
2 is completely unreasonable.
That's you told.
Yeah, I gave it a 3, by the way, so you're wrong on that, Scott.
I thought you gave it a 2.
No, I gave it a 3.
All right.
I gave it a 3. And yeah. So, problem being, go ahead. I suppose you're going to rate this high as well, aren't you?
Well, you know, I mean, this was the first Star Wars one I saw in the cinema. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first two. I think the first two movies had so much going for it. I think this one was clearly more geared towards the toys and it was a kids movie, really. I think that's the middle part of the movie really drags. So as much as I'd love to score it higher, I can't. But it's still got some great moments in there, beautiful moments. So I'm going to give it 7.5.
No problem. Ninja Knight.
Yeah, it's I think like when you're looking at it, you're looking at a classic. I think as Problem Bain said there as well, when you see the previous two and the story that they do is so good. I feel that when you look at the two movies and then you look at this one, and certainly when you know the behind the scenes of what went down with Harrison Ford not wanting to return, I certainly think that the first half of this movie does get bogged down in the rescue mission for Harrison Ford just to get back into the story, and then I think after that it doesn't quite know what it wants to do. I mean, they go to Endor to try and blow up the Death Star yet again, and the plan is foiled and stuff. But I think this movie would have worked off better if it just faced down the path of maybe finding Yoda again and talking to Yoda and working a lot more with him and against Vader as well too, I suppose. I think that they could have went a number of different storylines with this one. I think this is the weakest out of the three by far, which is unusual because when you look at a trilogy, usually the third one is quite strong in a lot of parts. But I think that this was a film.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. 3.
That's true. But like to me, like when you look at the prequels, I mean, you know, you can certainly say Revenge of the Sith is the best one. I think out of those three, because it finishes strong.
I agree. That is the strongest movie out of the prequel trilogy.
But I feel like this original trilogy, it definitely could have worked well in hindsight. I will say that with the stuff that Jon Favreau was calling back to within this movie, it certainly is going to be much more interesting. I'm going to give this a 6, and I think what really saves the movie for me potentially is the stuff with Vader and particularly with Palpatine at the end. I think that really is really, really good. But I think ultimately it's a 6 for me. It's a very flawed movie. It's a movie that seems to not know how it wanted to finish. But I think like just out of the effects at the time and the tweaks that Lucas has made to it, which I quite like, to be honest, for this movie, I think it's a good 6. And then of course then Carrie Fisher elevates that in the bikini.
I really think this film could have done with, like Rabbi said, you know, to do with a fresh re-edit, you know, take out that really lax middle part where it's just like, oh, come on, move forward. Yeah. I
really like the changes to it. Like I love the change of Hayden at the end. I know that is not the most amazing thing that they kind of deleted the performance of. I think Sebastian was his name. Like I know that people were upset by that one, but I think it highlights more so that the fall of Anakin did happen when he was at that age, and I really like that callback, you know, for the prequels.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
but he came around at the end. I think, I mean, if you look at all the other, I mean, you don't see in this, you know, the young Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
you don't see
but Obi-Wan
Yoda.
never fell though. That
Darth Vader, you know, I mean, Anakin really sort of came back at the end. You know, he wasn't dead, he wasn't gone, he was still in there. That's, you know, the light was still struggling against the dark, and I think that he redeemed himself by saving his son.
Yeah, he did in a way. I can definitely get on board with that one. But ultimately, all he did was save his son, which is quite selfish as well, too, and emotional, you know. So that does still factor into the dark side of the Force rather than the light, you know. I ultimately think, though, I really like the change, though, of Hayden being there, because Hayden, I think when you look back at the performances, particularly of him as Anakin Skywalker, I really enjoyed him personally. And I have to say, he really does match what James Earl Jones did for the original trilogy, I think, personally.
I disagree. I think he was a very weak actor. I mean, he looked great, got all the heartthrob thing going, but I think really ultimately he was quite wooden.
Yeah, but you have to remember the performance that he's basing it off then is the performance that James Earl Jones gives. I mean, you look at the performance James Earl Jones gives, it goes from very flat and robotic then to hyper angry and very manic at times, and then it goes back then to being quite robotic, which I think is something that Hayden Christensen did very well personally. That's the way I feel about it, because I feel that you can believe that.
I don't think it was intentional. I really don't.
Well,
I think you're arguing a good argument, but
yeah,
I disagree.
Yeah,
No,
I think he's just that bad of an actor that's, he actually, you don't need skill to play Vader, to be quite honest with you. Because look at the old Vader, he was just a fella in a costume and did the voiceover. So there's not acting involved in it. That's why they got him, because he is a plank. He's not a good actor. He's never been in acting.
I mean, you look at the people. Look at the people that were. Look at the people though that were up for the role, and I mean, this is the thing. Like Leonardo DiCaprio was one of the choices that was there that Lucas didn't go with. Lucas felt that he got what he wanted out of Anakin Skywalker with Hayden Christensen, and I really agree with him. When you look at it and you look at the interviews between those two men and the way Hayden, I think, reacts to the way Lucas praises him for the performance, I think is great. Now, I mean, obviously Lucas
praises him because he got slated so much. That's the only reason why he praised him. He only praised him because he got slated so much. Listen, I can understand where you're coming from, but for me personally, I don't think he was the right fit. I really don't. I don't think he was the right fit. And sure, as someone has said, he's been kind of bounced out of Hollywood. He's not a good actor. If he was a good actor, he'd be stuck around. He's not.
The reason why he's not really in Hollywood is because I think himself, he's quite religious himself, and he did step away from that. So I think that says a lot about him. I mean, well, we've seen Matthew. Well, I mean, there's a lot of bad actors out there. Look at Brie Larson, and Brie Larson's a very poor actor and is still getting work. Look at Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker's a poor actress and is getting work.
We're agreeing with you, but this is why George Lucas picked him, because he was limited.
I don't agree with that.
DiCaprio, I mean, you said he had Leonardo DiCaprio in mind. The only reason why he didn't give it to Leonardo DiCaprio is because Leonardo DiCaprio would, to be honest with you, okay, he probably loved playing Vader, but he's not going to be doing that much in it. And to be honest with you, I think he's too good of an actor to be in Star Wars. I'm sorry, I don't think you should be getting. I mean,
but hang on, you have.
And that's
but hang on, these movies were known for having quality actors. I mean, you look at Grand Moff Tarkin, who was played by Peter Cushing, an absolute legend. You had Alec Guinness in these movies, two pure legends. You have someone like Harrison Ford that based his whole career starting off with this one, became Indiana Jones and became an absolute superstar. Ian McDiarmid, in my opinion, is a very talented actor. He hasn't done much work outside of Star Wars, but he's extremely talented, because you look at the guy that he plays then in those prequels with the Senator Palpatine. An awful lot of people didn't even know that he was the Emperor. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that there have been very talented actors involved in this series. You go back and look at the prequels, you've got Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's incredibly talented as well.
What else was Leo doing at that time?
Say that again, Alpha Omega, sorry?
What else was Leo doing at that time?
Well, he was doing Titanic, wasn't he? Like 97 or whatever it was. No,
he was. He was hot property at the time. I mean, he was linked to being Spider-Man. He missed out on that as well too with Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi decided to go with Tobey Maguire. Yeah,
I just can't see him in any of those roles, quite honestly. Really.
No, I mean it would be difficult, but obviously, there's reasons for things, and I have to say, ultimately, I would believe in Lucas when he says, "Look, that's the person he wanted to go with and go for." Yeah,
I think he went for him because he was limited, to be honest. Because he didn't have to do much, and he just had to stand there, say his lines, and look real. Like, I mean, he's one of the worst characters. Sorry, I'm in the prequel trilogy. Anakin Skywalker, I want to punch him in the face. He's as far as I'm concerned, he's not a Skywalker. That tick became Vader. No, don't buy it.
Yeah, but see, I think what happens as well to a lot of these properties, and I don't mean this to sound in the way it's going to, but like when I grew up with the prequels, so I mean I can understand the struggle that he's gone through at that time, and certainly as well too with the Harry Potter movies. Like I'm grown up through that age, and I understand that struggle. Whereas I think when a lot of old trilogy fans, when they grew up with those old trilogies, they had a fixed version of Vader in their mind, which is an older version of Vader. They had this fixed version.
So when you version of Vader.
Well, yeah, but that's it's the version he eventually evolves into, and you know what I mean. Like, and I think when you look at them going to a prequel, when you then try to set out a prequel, I mean, I'm one of the individuals that only knew Harrison Ford as Han Solo,
I think you're talking.
Yeah, but I immediately was against. I was immediately against Alden. I was immediately against him because I think not him.
I think I've no problem with the way he looks. I think he looks great as Anakin Skywalker. I just don't think he had the acting chops to pull it off. That's the difference. I don't think he was a good actor. He looked great. He said the right words in the, you know, he looked good saying it, but he didn't deliver them very well. I think that's generally, and that's just the actor, not the characterization necessarily, but the way that the actor delivered the lines was very, very wooden. So that's the only problem I really had with that.
If that's the case, then I mean that comes down then to looking at what's going on set every day. If he's not doing the job that he should be doing, I mean, look, Lucas got a perfect original trilogy with the characters. He cast everybody perfectly in the original trilogy. In my opinion, in the prequel trilogy, he did really well with the casting of everyone that was involved there. And I mean, I think when you look at it, I don't think Hayden gets the respect that he deserves, because, like I said, I think it's an incredibly difficult and complex character to play when people have a set idea of what Vader is and what he's like, and especially in those youth years. I mean, you look how ruthlessly the likes of Jake Lloyd was treated as Anakin Skywalker just for being just a kid. Do you know what I mean? People, I don't know what people wanted to see with young Anakin Skywalker. Did they just want him to be a sinister character? Because that's not the way that Obi-Wan frames it either within the original trilogy. He tells us that he fell, he was a cunning warrior, a great friend. I mean, that's what we see in my opinion,
we're not talking about the character. We're talking about the actor, the acting. You know, like that's a big difference.
Yeah, I know, but like, what do you think that he should have done? Who would you have liked to see in the role then? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's not the character that's the problem. It's the acting. No, the delivery
this is what
of the
I'm saying.
lines was very wooden. If he could have been coached more, I mean, I had no problem with him being cast in it. I just think he needed the director to actually take him aside and really pull that from him. And I don't think he did that. I don't think he did that well enough.
What I'm asking is
Vader, to be honest, but Leo, I wouldn't have picked Leo either because I think Leo was too big.
No. What I'm asking is, what would you have liked him to do? Like with those lines, for example. But see, this is what I'm saying. He does emote.
Have you seen him act?
I didn't buy it. I sat there cringing.
You grew up, as you said, as your Anakin Skywalker, so I can see why you're defending him, and really I do. But for us looking at it, he's not Vader. I'm sorry, he's not Anakin. He just doesn't fit. He just doesn't fit. They got the wrong actor. He's not talent. He has no talent. I'm sorry, but that's.
I think he could have done it. I do think he could have. I just don't think the director spent enough time with him to pull the performance out of him. I think he was told, here's the lines, off you go, come back and do the lines to camera. It just, to me, felt like they had a missed opportunity to really, really get that performance from him. And I think it's a shame. I do think that had an effect on his career.
Yeah, I don't think he could have got the stick that he got, though, to be honest. I'm not saying he deserved the stick that he got, but he shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. We talk about people being miscast, right? We say the same about Whittaker. He was the same. He was miscast for this role.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because I think when you look at the performance for me, and then when you see the performance, then how it matches up then with the old trilogy, I think it mixes quite well. I mean, you have to, like, for me, I don't like, I'm not an actor or anything like that, but certainly, like, I know good acting when I see it, and yeah, of course, some of the acting in Star Wars is pretty hammy. It's not great at times, but I think that he did with the best with what he could. And I don't know how anybody else could have had a better performance in that role. You know, if you give me an example of who would do better or how they would do better, I could definitely understand that. You know what I mean? If you put any
number of actors out of your hat, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that he himself was miscast. I disagree with Noel on that, but I'm saying as an actor and as a director, those two should have gone off together and gone, right, sitting down and try and get him in that headset, you know, in that headspace and really, really pull that performance out. I don't think that was done. It, to me, falls flat. It's quite a flat wooden performance. And I think that he should have been given enough due respect by the fact that he was cast. He's a good looking lad. He probably had, I mean, there are some moments he does put it off, but for the most part, I think especially the romance part is very wooden, very staged, and I think he and then you've got
Natalie Portman in
so much more could be pulled out.
Natalie Portman as well, which she's another wooden actress.
She was quite
well,
bland.
the
I think
dialogue
the
doesn't
parents,
help
there was
them.
no chemistry. There was no chemistry. I didn't feel any chemistry
No.
between them either.
No,
Yeah, the dialogue doesn't help them, I don't think either. But
No.
I think ultimately as a character, particularly with his interactions with Obi-Wan and with the Jedi, I think he works very well. But like I said, because I grew up with it, I think you could see yourself in I can definitely see myself in moments of that, and I think even rewatching the prequel trilogy recently, I can actually understand why he turned. I really can. Like, I know a lot of people like say, "Oh well, that the same with the Padawan and all that," but there's many things that happen in the lead up to that you can see him going, "I'm not for this. This isn't for me." And he has Palpatine in his ear in the meantime, saying to him like, "The Jedi are wrong. The Jedi are coming to get me. They're going to do this to you. They're going to do that to you." And he's proved essentially
Yeah, but
right.
I think that could have been made much more stark. That again, if that had been pulled out of him a bit more as an actor, like that's the role of the directors to get the best out of your actor, and I don't believe I don't believe that was achieved. And I think that you said you rewatched it recently. You could see how he went from this to that to the other to turn slowly. But for me, that should have been a lot more intense. It should have been a lot more overt. And I don't think that those signposts along the way were very clearly indicated enough. They could have been done a lot more.
I've often said that I really do think that the Phantom Menace sort of started with Hayden Christensen. I don't believe that they should have started it with a child actor, because I think the whole narrative of he's too old and stuff like that didn't play too well with me when you see it's a kid. And I mean, his life experience, of course, isn't going to be the same as, say, the Anakin that we meet in Attack of the Clones, which is a teenager. Of course, then he's thinking about Natalie Portman in a very romantic way.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see that, because you see a sort of romantic sort of bond between them in Phantom Menace, and I feel that if he was older, that would have been exploited way more. I think that whole way of thinking, and along down with losing Qui-Gon Jinn, which, don't forget, is the most important part of the Star Wars mythology, because if Qui-Gon stays alive, Anakin has a good master to grow up from, and he doesn't then buy into what Sidious is doing. Whereas with that loss, then that's far more devastating to anybody else. And then, I mean, that Kenobi doesn't want anything to do with him, because he initially says when they're on Tatooine, "Oh, Master, not another worthless life form." It's like, I don't want to be dealing with anymore.
And it would have given Aiden, I think, something more to go on as well. Like, going through that as a younger actor as well in that role in the first film, he would have that much bigger attachment to it, and that growing with it, I think that would have helped.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, guys, I'd love to talk all night and really continue this conversation. I mean, if you just want to continue it off air, that's fine. But I'm gonna have to end now because we've gotten over the 3-hour mark. So do us a favor before we go, give you our channels a bit of a shout out there. So we'll start with you. Problem being, let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on the Twitwats under the Temple of the Golden Asda. That's my temporary account. Still there's a religion to Az from Hill versus Babyface. I've had to use it to defend myself from the usual libel and slander, but I hope Az can forgive me for that. So you can message me there. Don't expect to follow back because it's not there for that. It's only a temporary fix. But you can find my work, which you've seen on Noel's channel on Aldred Audio Visual. Link is in the chat, I believe, so you can find me there as well.
Fantastic. Ninja Knight.
Yeah, thanks again for having me on. I'm really delighted to be on the streams with you, and it's a pleasure talking to everybody. And I mean, I think these streams are really important to show that even though we can't always agree with things, we can always be civil, and I think that makes for a fascinating discussion, And I think, I highly respect, obviously. Yeah, but the thing is, we don't always agree on things, and it's great to see those type of things happen. I'm talking about everything in pop culture. I talk about sports as well too. So give us a sub over there. There's my icon is this one here with the black one with the red, and I think I'll have to do something new with it soon. But I much appreciate everybody that comes over, watches the videos. I'm doing reviews of The Mandalorian as well too, episode by episode. I'll be in here talking about The Mandalorian too, and then all of the other nonsense that's happening in Hollywood at the moment. So do keep an eye out there.
Fantastic. And listen, I'll tell you what, I'll do you a favor. At some stage, we will actually do the prequel trilogy, right? Even though I kind of think Attack of the Clowns is an hour too long, I'll tell you what, we'll watch it again and I'll see if I still feel the same. But I don't like him as an actor, and this was the reason why I didn't like the prequel trilogy. I just couldn't get, and I don't like Natalie Portman either. She's just one of the blandest actresses. Do you know what? The only reason why she became famous is because she had a pretty face, and that's it.
Yeah, well,
And
that's
so
how a lot
did
get on.
Omega, because Alpha Omega already said so. I just want to say to you, Alpha Omega, thanks for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, and everybody follow these guys. They got great content.
Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. And listen, folks, everybody in the chat, thank you for joining in. Again, it's been wonderful doing this. We will have, as I said, we will be doing the review of season 1 of Mandalorian. We'll do I said I'll just do a half an hour video, but we're going to be streaming 3 times on my channel Wednesday. So we have the Mando season 1 review. Then we're going to be doing Mando's season 2 episode 1 review. And then we have this week, it's on my channel, we have What's the Crack. And in between all of that as well, we'll be hopping on Rabbi's channel. So he's all in somehow. But I will. We'll think of something anyway. Yeah, plenty to come. And don't forget, we're going to do a bit of Star Trek next month as well. We'll have. We won't be using the whole weekend to do that because I want to keep the other shows going. So we'll pick a day and we'll do a movie a week or something like that. And then at some stage we will do the prequel trilogy. I'll never do the sequel trilogy, so you don't have to worry about that. They don't exist as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
So that's it. Listen to me, wonderful mods. Thank you for throwing the channels up. I really appreciate it. And everybody in the chat for taking part tonight. So I'm going to leave you with Lee's trailer. I'm not going to play all of them again because I did at the start. It's stupid to do that, but I'll leave you with the channel trailer. So listen, enjoy your week, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and listen, keep fighting the good fight against those SJWs because you know they never stop. And we never stop either.
Hashtag not my doctor is a hate group.
It is. It is a hate group. And we're going to keep putting pressure as well. I'm actually going to start doing videos on it as well now. Because, we need to show a united front with this account. This account has caused nothing but heartache for everybody. And it's about time that it's put under pressure. So we're going to continue. Rabbi's going to continue because you know him. There's no stopping him. So I'm going to pipe in with a few of my videos as well because we're not having it, right? I mean, they still didn't acknowledge the fact of what happened, and they're still going around with their nastiness, and they're picking on Rabbi again as we were even speaking on this thread, on this video, this stream, I should say. So they're not going to stop. So we need to put them to task, and that's our job. So we're going to continue to do what we do on this channel, and then I'll obviously do a few.
And hashtag not my doctor is now auto-filling on Twitter.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So keep using it.
Yeah, keep using it. Right. With that, good night. See you later. And here we go.
Bye, folks.